Welcome to hrbfc.live for free live coverage of Hampton Richmond Borough versus Bath City. It's the Beavers versus the Romans. Seb, one question. What have the Romans ever done for us?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, Matt, and apologies to Monty Python. But apart from the sanitation, the medicine, the education, the wine, the public order, the irrigation, the roads, a fresh water system and public health, and, crucially, restricting the Beavers to no goals in over 400 minutes of football between the two sides, the Romans haven't done that much. It's going to be a good game today. Join us on HBFC Live. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our little Monty Python style sketch. I think it worked. Matt, what do you reckon?
Let's move on, shall
Let's
we?
move on. I tell you what, look, we've got to keep this fun. If you are joining us for the first time, or even if you're joining us for the fifth or sixth time, then this is. Look, we're trying a bit of fun on here. We're all, it's a very difficult time at the moment for everyone, and we're trying to make this fun. And me and Matt are extremely fortunate that we're sat here now at the Beveree Stadium, which is the Chris Sweet Beveree Stadium, of course. Yeah,
Absolutely.
we are extremely pleased and extremely lucky to be here. The pitch is looking great. The two teams are out warming up. You might be able to hear them in the background giving various instructions. I can see the back four warming up here at the moment. And yeah, it's a chance for Hampton Richmond definitely to get back on the horse, so to speak, or as Gary mentioned in his pre-match interview, get the monkey off the back. We've not won at home yet this season. We've played Dartford, Eastbourne, and Hemel. We've drawn one and lost two. So if you are new to the Beavers or new to non-league football, National League South football, then Hampton Richmond will certainly be looking to replicate the great away form that we've had in recent weeks. Isn't that right, Matt?
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, Gary will be looking for a reaction today. There's no doubt about it. I mean, there were some tired legs out there on Tuesday night. Seb, I think it was clear for everybody to see. I think it was 4 games in 9 days. Not that we're going to use that as an excuse, but there was, quite clearly some fatigue in many of the legs. So today, I mean, Gary was saying in his pre-match interview that there was a very good reaction in training on Thursday night, which obviously bodes well. Being here pre-match, I think for me the players look well up for it.
Yeah, they do.
You can see them. They're out there sort of knocking the ball around now, getting prepared for the game. And there's some. This is a serious game for the team today to bounce back and show everybody what we're really made of.
Yeah, and there's been 5 changes actually from Tuesday's lineup. So we will we'll update you on that in a minute when we get into the sort of meats of this match. But yeah, I suppose. There's been a couple of, if you are watching from a Hampton and Richmond Borough perspective, there's been a couple of departures this week. We wish Renee Steer and Danny Bassett all the very best in their future. Gary's made the decision, and we were well covered in the areas that they were, and also Danny Bassett wasn't getting quite as much game time as he would like, and that's fine. He's a very good player, and he's going to be joining a National League South team as far as we know. So thank you very much for both of you. They're both great people to have around, and they've been great to us as a media department as well. So we genuinely thank them very much. But yes, we're hoping that we're going to get a lot of people, maybe neutrals and Bath City fans, of course, that will be joining us. I will say one thing about the radio coverage that Bath City provide. That was definitely the benchmark when we decided to do our own coverage, and so of course I understand fully if they will stick with the Bath City side. We will, Matt. We do try and be neutral, don't we? We do try and be as honest and as fair as possible, don't we? And I think Eastbourne fans and Hemel Hempstead fans agreed. Yeah. But of course there are times when we will slip into cheering for the Beavers. We're both Beavers fans. I'm on the board. Matt's a Supporters Trust member, but we will try and keep that to a minimum. I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, so so I think Matt, that's fair, and we'll give it a go. And we do apologise if we do slip into being Hampton and Richmond Borough fans? Because again,
Yeah,
it's very
exactly.
hard for us, isn't it?
Yeah, it is hard, but you know, we'll, as Seb said, you know, we do make a real conscious effort to remain impartial and neutral, because I think it's the right thing to do. We will commentate on the game in as fair a way as possible, and if we're not the better side, then we will absolutely, you know, heap praise on the opposition for sure.
Which we did on Tuesday. There's no doubt about it.
We were well beaten on Tuesday.
Well beaten on Tuesday, and fair
so,
play. Fair play. But I think. Well, what we did on Tuesday, which did work nicely actually, and again, thank you very much to our amazing volunteers, Dave Rees and Jason Stewart and Aaron, who are helping out, and also Archie and Mark, who are up there in the camera position and doing excellent work. We really couldn't do it without them, so I must say that. But we had an interview with the guy from the Bath City Radio, and we're gonna play that now, and he's gonna give us a bit of a background behind the visitors. If you are watching from Hampton Richmond Borough perspective, we'll give a bit of a feel for them. But also, if you're a neutral and joining us and want to know what non-league and National League football is about, Bath City are one of the best teams. They narrowly missed out on the playoffs last year. It's going to be a tough test, and here we'll have a clip to tell you all about who to look out for and what to expect from Bath City today.
With Bath City's radio commentator Mark. So Mark, talk us through Bath season so far.
Stop-start really is the main word to say about it. We haven't played for 2 weeks. We've only played 5 league games, which is why we've been dragged down near the bottom of the table. We had an encouraging start, did okay in the FA Cup with a few very tough draws, one at Sly, but that's been our last win actually. We've lost our last 4 matches, and like Hampton, the last one was a disappointing home one against Hemel Hempstead. So we've had a very new look team, and hopefully we'll put it right this afternoon.
Yeah, and obviously you mentioned it's been quite a stop-start, and you're one of the clubs that's been affected by COVID. As a whole team, how much of an issue has this been, and how the players coped with not playing a game for a couple of weeks?
I think it's not worked out too badly in a way, because I think he's managed to make a few adjustments to the squad. We've got 3 players who have just arrived in on loan. I'm not sure whether they'll all start today, but it's given a chance to give that. We do use the loan market very well. We've had some players who have progressed very highly up the pyramid for the likes of Bristol City. So in that case, it's not such a bad thing, but it's more frustrating because we haven't got a game next week now against Welling United, when we really want to get a few games under our belts and try and just get some confidence back.
Yeah, and obviously you had a cracking league campaign last year, ended up falling away in the playoffs. Obviously it's been a bit of an indifferent start. Would you put that down more to just not being able to play a regular?
Yeah, perhaps. We lost a lot of the big bulk of the squad from last year. A lot of them went back to their parent clubs. A few others moved on to others in this league. So it's been a huge changeover, and we ended the season in March, and you have that one playoff game. So it's not been as easy to rebuild a team perhaps as others who have had about 6 months off to work on it. We've had very short space of time, and we ended up getting a few players in, say, a week or 2 before the season started. But hopefully that they'll start to gel a bit quicker. There's a lot of promising players out there. It's just recently we've had a very tough run of games. We played the likes of Dartford already, and Hampton, Waterlooville, and Oxford City were a good side as well. So hopefully it will start to come together come Christmas.
Yeah, and obviously you said you're hoping it starts to come together. I also noticed, looking at the stats, that maybe quite like Hampton actually, the goals conceded has not been too bad, but it's actually goals scored maybe struggling in the offensive third of the pitch a little bit. Yeah,
I think we've scored 8 goals in all competitions this season, but 7 of them have been from strikers, which has been the main problem really. Tom Smith was our top scorer last year from attacking midfield, and he hasn't scored for about 12 games. So it's not for the want of trying. He's still got a very good hit on the ball. He scored against Hampton last season, but yeah, a little bit more. Perhaps on set pieces as well. We don't really seem to make the most of them. We're not the biggest team in the world, but when we get it down on the grind and do play, we play some really nice stuff, and hopefully that'll be evident this afternoon.
Brilliant. And finally, obviously, live stream is free to stay on YouTube, and we've had fans from all over Europe watch, which is fantastic. So for them, maybe new fans as well, who are some Bath City players to watch out for this afternoon?
The main one really who stood out for us in the last couple of games is Donovan Wilson, who signed in the summer and then unfortunately got injured in his first pre-season friendly, but he started the last 2, scored in each of them, looked a real handful, great finisher, and hopefully he'll link up well with Tommy Conway, who's back into the team today. He's missed the last few, he's been in isolation. So I think those are the 2 really promising players to look out for, Donovan Wilson and Tommy Conway.
Brilliant, thanks Mark.
Cheers.
Brilliant. Well, of course, this won't be the first time I mention it, how great our sponsors are. FOTMob there, you've just seen the advert for. Fantastic people, and they do a great job. And we will be using the app during the game to see the latest scores, but also the latest table, because, you know, things have moved on now, so we can start looking at tables and things. And the way that the fixtures are with, obviously, Corona and with postponed games already, there's obviously so much chopping and changing with different teams and different matches and the like. But, yeah, it's... Yeah, so please, if you haven't downloaded the FOTMob app, then please do, and we will mention them a couple more times in this. But they are our sponsors, and they deserve that, and they're good people. So, but yeah, I will just get another plug out the way while I can. And so one thing I just will quickly plug: you saw the great advert for the Beaver boxes that the Beavers Trust, Squiffy's Restaurant, Hampton Pool, and obviously Hampton and Richmond Borough Football Club are arranging ahead of Christmas to help those who can. Yeah, so that will hopefully that will be a really good initiative that we're going to keep pushing. And you can donate items, you can donate money, you can also sponsor a box. But please go to our website hamptonfc.net, and that will be a great way, if you can, to help those who need it most at Christmas time. But I suppose we better get on with today's game. It's 14:51. It is eerily quiet. The two teams have gone into the changing rooms now. Yeah. And this is when you it really kicks you. It really hurts you, doesn't it? There's no fans streaming past with pints in their hand. There's no fans having a burger. There's no chatter. Matt, it's sad,
It brings you back down to earth, actually. Obviously, you said at the outset, Seb, we're very fortunate enough to be one of the very few people that are here watching the game. But eerily quiet.
Eerily quiet. I mean, there's not a sound.
No, there's not a sound. Very, very strange.
But yeah, well, do you know what? After that, and thank you very much for everyone who's joining us, and we will do our very best to convey what is happening right in front of us, to give you that sense of a little bit of what is actually happening here and the atmosphere. But yeah, let's have a look at the two tears, shall we? I mean, it's like we said, Gary has made a number of changes.
Yeah, he has, Seb. I'll run through the starting lineup for the Beavers.
Yeah.
So we've got Alan Julian in goal, number 1. Number 11, Cole Brown in at right back. Return from Walton Casuals for Cole. Number 18, Kyron Farrell in the left back position. Number 4, Dean Inman. Number 22, Miles Anderson. Into the midfield, in comes a welcome return for Sam Cox at number 6, captain today. Number 10, Jake Gray. Number 3, Rory Donaldson. Number 8, Sam Deadfield. Number 15, David Fisher, making his first start for the Beavers.
Sorry,
David Fisher, making his first start for the Beavers. Seb and I both got corrected by Mr. Fisher. Rightly so. It's David Fisher, 15. And up top, Nico Muir, number 12. On the bench for the Beavers today, Imran Uchi, number 20. Number 19, Christian Smith. Number 7, Wilson Carvalho. Number 9, Nathan Minyas. And number 14, Ryan Gondo.
Yeah, right, that's it. And we'll talk about more detail about the changes in the Hampton and Richmond lineup in a minute. But I will quickly run through the Bath City lineup, and their captain in goal, Ryan Clark, is number 1. And then in centre defence, we've got Jack Batten and Grant Horton, who is making his debut. Grant Horton. He's on loan from Cheltenham. The left back for Bath City will be Dan Ball, number 6. The right back will be Callum Evans, number 8. And definitely, there's 4 players in midfield as far as we're aware. We're not 100% sure of their exact positions at the moment. They like to play Jerry Gill likes to play a very fluid midfield. But we've got number 4, Tom Smith. Number 7, Frankie Artis, one of the best players in the league, I think it's fair to say. Will Dean and Tom Mayhew are in midfield. And up front, Donovan Wilson and Tommy Conway. Let's just hope, Matt, no disrespect to the excellent Hemel Hempstead team on the pitch, but we could not read their numbers at all the other day, could we? And it was an absolute nightmare.
That was nightmare is the right word. It was absolutely shocking for the commentator.
I think, as far as it was hard, wasn't it? But
yeah, well,
hopefully,
luminous tops and white numbers.
As far as I'm aware, Bath City are wearing yellow today, so let's hope we're not in the same position.
Right,
but let's just see.
The
subs for Bath City, the midfielders Lloyd James and Tom Richards, and then Will Henry in goal. Will Henry, obviously been formerly of this parish, I think is the term, on loan for us a couple of seasons ago, wasn't he? Not quite decent as well, I thought. So, but with Ryan Clark in goal, the experienced Ryan Clark in goal, it must be... there's a good reason why he is on the bench. And Jason Pope, centre-back and Lucas Tomlinson. So it's a strong lineup. Anytime we play Bath City, it's a strong lineup. And the elephant in the room is that Bath City have have kept out Hampton and Richmond Borough for the last 5 games on this occasion, and we're just seeing the Bath City players running out. They're wearing black and white shirts.
Thank the Lord.
Incorrect information.
Incorrect.
Is it all
yeah.
black on the back?
And here we
yes.
go. We can
Bath
actually
City,
see the numbers.
We can see the
Look at
numbers because
that.
obviously black and white stripes.
Yeah.
You can always have a few problems. But anyway, great news, Matt.
There is a very welcome black box that is the background for the white numbers.
There is,
so
I think,
we should just welcome listeners on MixLR.
MixLR also
on Radio
joining
Beaver
as
as
well,
well.
yeah.
So it's the same commentary.
Yes, the same commentary. Obviously, we're describing the stuff that's happening in front of us, and you can see. So it'll be slightly different on MixLR, but it is the option for those less advanced or who do like to listen to the radio without the pictures. And that, I'm a big fan of the football on the radio. But the 5 changes for the Beavers. Cole Brown is back. He's back in at right back, which some in the club believe is his best position. We've seen him play at right back a couple of times in the past, Matt. I think it is his best position, to be fair. And it's a change that Gary's made, and he certainly offers that athleticism, but also offensively, which I think Gary's going to be looking for. The other option that would have been at right back would have been Sam Cox, but he plays in centre midfield for his first start of the season and with a captain's armband. Great to see Kyron Farrell back if you're a Hampton Richmond Borough fan. And then the other 2 changes from Tuesday night's disappointing performance, to put it mildly, is Rui Donaldson comes back into the side. We missed him. We missed him and Kyron Farrell, I think, a lot down that left side, but also from set pieces. And David Fisher is going to start up front with Nico Muir, and a slight tweak of positioning forwards there, Matt. We spoke to Gary beforehand. What's your take on those changes?
Yeah, no, I quite look at this team, Seb. I mean, it's I suppose the biggest surprise, if you want to call it that, is the return of Cole Brown, but he's obviously dual-regged with Walton Casuals for the last few games. Unfortunately, I think he picked up an injury at Walton, but comes back into the side. We've seen glimmers of hope from Cole. Certainly in pre-season, I thought he looked excellent in the right back position. I know that Gary was of the view that sending him out on loan for more regular game time at the step below was the right thing to do for his development. And it's good to see Cole back in the side. And to your point, Seb, I mean, the return of Farrell and Donaldson on the left, I think is going to be crucial for Hampton. And Sam Cox in at defensive midfield. It was quite clear last week. I felt that last week on Tuesday night that the Beavers missed Tyrrell Miller-Rodney in the middle. That was, I think, clear for everybody to see.
As clear as anything.
Yeah, I mean,
as clear as Tab Clear. Does anyone remember Tab Clear?
I do remember Tab Clear. Very, very nice drink. But so for me, it was the case of either Christian Smith or Cox coming into the Miller-Rodney role, as it were, and it's good to see Coxey come back into the side as captain. I mean, he's a leader on the pitch, Sam Cox. He's the sort of guy you want out there. And so he's going to bolster the midfield. He will, I'm sure, sort of hover in front of the back 4 in the sort of the Claude Makaleli type role. And give the licence to Deadfield and Gray to sort of push forward, which I felt we were missing.
Yeah, I think, and Deadfield was put in, and Gary mentioned it in his post-match interview. Deadfield was playing in a deeper role, wasn't he, on the game on Tuesday? And that was a deliberate choice because we needed to have someone in there, given the influence. But
didn't play to his strengths for me.
Didn't play to his strengths, but also at the same time, I thought he was probably the best player for Hampton Richmond Borough in the second half, just because Sam Deadfield is Sam Deadfield. And anyone, again, if you are neutral or you've never seen a Hampton and Richmond Borough game before, Sam Deadfield is arguably, in my opinion, our most creative and most talented player.
Yeah.
I think
number 8, Sam Deadfield.
Anyone who watched the Oldham game in the FA Cup when he was the best player on the pitch from both sides certainly showed his quality that day.
Easy for you
there's
to
some
say.
good players on the pitch today. Exactly. Nico Muir, Jake Gray, obviously very good players who have played higher up, and Dean Inman. You are joining us, and if you are just joining us, we are very much fully paid up members of the Dean Inman Appreciation Society, and we're fantastic to have him back in the squad. Fantastic. He missed, he hasn't been in since the Oldham game, has he? And we've certainly, as well as the defence, played in those games against Hungerford and, go on, Matt, help me out here. Oxford City?
No, you've lost me.
No, Hungerford. Sorry, Hungerford. Hungerford and Chelmsford. Sorry, Hungerford and Chelmsford.
It was
Chelmsford. Then any team with Dean Inman in centre defence is going to be great. And with Miles Anderson, who I think has impressed since he's been on loan. And Christian Smith drops to the bench, but it's a good bench that. Uche, Smith, Carvalho, Minhas and Gondo. It's a good bench.
There's people that can come on and change the game, that's for sure.
And if you are wondering, that referee is Joel Mannix, and he's one of the. You would not mess with that referee. Let's just say that he is. He's a
big
good
fella.
6 foot. What?
He's a
6
big fella.
foot 4. Something I would say he's taller than he's just. Yes, and he's You do not mess with this referee. And to be fair, the games I've remembered, Dulwich at home and Dulwich away last year, I think he was refereeing. Very good. That's the kick-off. The game between Hampton and Richmond Borough and Bath City have kicked off here at the Chris Sweet Beveree Stadium. And thank you very much for joining us. We've got listeners in Barcelona, we know that for sure, all over the place so far. But let us know where you're watching. We'll give you a shout-out because we do appreciate you all watching. And Hampton and Richmond Borough making a good start. And David Fisher did well there, actually, to get the ball. And
rather strange ball there by Donaldson.
Yeah, I think he overhit it. And I think you could, well, given for those of you that aren't here, obviously, we can hear pretty much everything that's been said from managers, from players, and Rui Donaldson was not impressed with his own pass there, and it's fine. First touch of the game, and
good to see Dean Inman back in.
Yeah, and there you are, first header of the day. Let's mark these off, actually, because I'd like to do this. How many times Dean Inman does a clearing header?
In fact, I was just about to apologise for our allegiances to Dean Inman, but I'm not going to apologise. The guy is a class act, and we miss him. I mean, we shouldn't actually lose sight of the fact here that we've still got Luke Ruddock and Charlie Wasper out.
Oh yeah.
You know, two of our our best defenders are still out injured for Hampton, and the return of Dean, whilst I think Christian Smith has filled in admirably into the centre half position alongside Anderson, the return of Inman I think is going to be crucial today.
I mean, sorry, I'm just eating my first snack of the game. I like a snack during the game.
You do. I've got Werther's Original in my bag, Seb.
Yeah, Werther's Original.
Yeah, I'll get them out in a minute. Don't worry.
But yeah,
for those just on the chat, if anybody is questioning whether we are the drunk commentators from Tuesday night and the previous home game, we are, but we are not drunk. I think is fair to say.
On a normal day, if we weren't commentating, we'd be drunk. There's no doubt about
nice,
it. And we would be here with the Bath City fans. And again, Bath City fans travel well, and it's a real shame we can't have them. We'd have the trip to Bath City because Bath City. My favourite thing about Bath City is traditional, brilliant, old school football ground. But the fact that you can pre-order pints for half time, which is incredible.
It's a game changer.
A game changer, and we're all missing that, aren't we? We're all missing the match day experience. We're all missing the everything that football brings for us. Sometimes football gets in the way of a good day out, doesn't it? Especially if you lose. We certainly would have said that Tuesday night, but no, it's a real shame again that we don't have fans here, and hopefully some small measure we can bring a bit of the atmosphere and a bit of camaraderie and a bit of the fun that you get on the terrace. But anyway, a bit of a. What are we in now, Matt? How far are we in? About not even 3 minutes.
Two or 3 minutes.
Just both teams sort of trying to suss each other out, I think, so far. Nothing too demanding from either side, and it's going to be a good game. Bath City are a very good side. I mean, their position doesn't quite tell how good this team is, let's be honest. And I think
we might be seeing the floodlights on soon.
I think we might have to, yeah. It's very dark. Jay Gray with the ball in there, but it's well headed clear by the number 19, Grant Horton, on loan from Cheltenham and making his debut for the Romans. And Bath are going to add a good challenge in there. And do you know what? Just instantly, that's the press, isn't it, from Rui Donaldson? If you, again, anyone new listening to, anyone doesn't know Hampton and Richmond, Rui Donaldson is as fit as they come, and Gary McCann's sides like to press, and they will press. And that's what a great tackle that is from David Fisher there. Yeah. But also very good play by number 17, Will Dean there, to control it. Miles Anderson playing it back. Good touch from Alan Julian. We're going to need to clear it well, but it's not the best clearance from but look at then, as I said to you, there's Rui Donaldson tracking back. And Bath City on the attack now.
Worth mentioning, Seb, this is Bath's return to National League South action following COVID break.
A very good point, well made, Matt.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget that. I think they have missed, if I'm not mistaken, the last 3 games have been postponed for Bath. Yeah. So 3, yeah. So this is Bath's, and it's great to see them back. Back in the black and white stripes representing their city. And
look, I'm going to touch all the bits of wood around this stadium, and there are a lot. We haven't had that yet at Hampton and Richmond Borough.
No, we haven't.
And hopefully we won't. Hopefully we won't, of course, and all clubs are doing everything they can to ensure that doesn't happen, but this virus obviously knows no boundaries, so we shall see. But yes, it's good, yes, and I'm sure Bath City fans are enjoying even if it is, albeit remotely, the chance to watch their team in action, or listen to their team in action, or know that their team are in action. But yeah, it's Bath City coming into it a little bit more in the last few minutes. Certainly getting there. Sam Cox there, it's great to see him back, isn't it? What a
For me, it's without question Sam Cox's best positioned, Seb, for me.
For me,
he is a defensive midfielder. I remember about 3 or 4 seasons ago when he was at Wellston, and he that Wellston came here, and I thought Sam was the best player on the pitch for Wellston at the time. You know, such a terrier of a midfielder. You know, he sits in that defensive midfield role perfectly. You know, winning the balls. And as we mentioned, you know, and here he is again, just by us.
The action right in front of us, and these pitch side mics will pick up a few things.
On come the floodlights.
And football, you know, football players may offer the odd swear word or disgruntlement. So if you do pick them up, I'm not going to say we apologise for that, to be honest, because that's football.
Well, yeah, exactly,
but if there are youngsters listening, obviously, hopefully, yes, we'll apologise for that end. But yes, with no fans being here and nothing, we can hear everything. And you'll hear Gary, you'll hear Jerry, you'll hear all sorts of things, and you'll hear the players right in front of us as they offer their instructions and to each other. But yeah, Bath City now getting a bit more of the ball in the last minute or so, but looks like that's going to come out right in front of us, actually, and that is. I mean, you couldn't have been as close as anything. Rui Donaldson with a quick throw towards David Fisher, who's going to try on the left-hand side to give it a. Oh, and is it? Well, we've got a throw in there. That's good. That's good play. It's good pressing from David Fisher. Well done.
Yeah, he's looked lively.
Well done, son. And I can call him son because he's 18 and I'm 40, so I'm allowed to say that, aren't I? Yeah. It's always And Cole Brown's done extremely well there to retrieve the ball. Cole Brown plays it back to Jake Gray, and we should do something decent with this. It's a decent bit of possession and territory, and that's a lovely ball towards Rui Donaldson, who lays it back towards Sam Deadfield. Sorry, Jake Gray goes for a shot, deflected and cleared. Good passage of play there. Great tackle for Miles Anderson. Well done, Miles. Very assured, hasn't he, since he's been on loan?
Yeah, the guy's got bags of experience.
David Fisher tries to loft the ball into Nico Muir. Doesn't quite work, but it's well won by Sam Cox. But also given away by Sam Cox there, and then a foul's given away by Sam Cox. That's Sam Cox, terrier-like, but would have wanted his pass to be better there, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
But
no,
a sniff of goal for the
yeah, a sniff of goal, and you can already see the energy levels. They're miles better than they were on Tuesday versus Hemel. There's no question. I mean, it's obvious, to see sort of why that is the case. But this is looking pretty good so far for the Beavers. As we've got a throw in on the far side by Cole Brown.
We've got a viewer
suspicious
in USA.
Yeah, Matt? we've got Spain, we've got Delaware and California.
Delaware
and
California.
Yeah,
That's
if I'm picking these up correctly, keep an eye on the chat.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully you enjoy your stay with us over the next 90 minutes or so, and everyone who's joined us. Thank you very much. Time for my first plug while we wait for this throw-in. Actually, no, let's see what happens with this throw-in. Sam Deadfield flicks the header on towards Nico Muir. Nico Muir will look to do, and I mean, like all the players that played on Tuesday, we'll look to have a better performance, but I think, as Matt said, we already see more energy, more alertness. Great play for Miles Anderson again, and it's a foul against Miles Anderson.
Yeah, he's used his experience there.
Well done, Miles Anderson. That's twice now we've said, and as much as we are fans of the Dean Inman fan club, great work for Miles Anderson so far in the opening exchanges. But yes, quickly, I will give a plug. We are running an auction for the match-worn shirts from our historic FA Cup game against Oldham, our 4th time ever in the first round of the FA Cup, and live on BBC iPlayer. The match-worn shirts from that game and all the players those are all now available for auction. And we'll wait to see what happens here. And it looks like it might sneak through to David Fisher, but it's just gone a little bit too far. But already a bit better already from the set pieces. That was offering something. Obviously, it wasn't quite as good as we would want, or Hampton Richmond Borough would want. But yeah, so the auctions, please goes to hamptonfc.net, and you can have a match-worn shirt with FA Cup details on it, FA Cup sleeve, and a poppy, because 10% of all the proceeds will be going to the Poppy Factory, which is just down the road in Richmond, actually. And we are Hampton and Richmond, so it's great to be able to pay attention to a great cause, a local cause, some would say. David Fisher tried to sneak in there, but Ryan Clark did extremely well, you can see. So, but yes, hamptonfc.net for all the details of our shirt auction. 10% of the profits go to the Poppy Factory, and the rest will help us keep this club going in this very uncertain and strange times while we cannot have fans buying burgers, buying tickets, buying all these sort of things that help keep non-league football clubs going. And we're all suffering the pinch, and obviously we appreciate the money from the National Lottery very much, but it only goes so far. So anyway,
we also have viewers from Chicago, Australia, And well, this one might be a bit of a joke. Outer Mongolia is what I've got here.
If you are from Outer Mongolia, send proof. Pictorial proof.
Proof of that, and then we'll give you another shout.
But Bath City on the attack here, and Rui Donaldson mops it up nicely, and then so does Miles Anderson. Miles Anderson impressing very well. Look at David Fisher. Look
Well
at that
done,
great
David
shackle
Fisher.
from David Fisher on the left-hand side. Great pressing from David. And now there's a few players in the far post. That's not a bad ball either towards Jake Gray on the edge of the box, but it's great recovery from the number 21 for Bath City, Tom Mayhew. Great recovery from Tom Mayhew there, wasn't it, Matt?
It was, yeah, he did well there. Great pressing by David Fisher on the left-hand side here. Fantastic tackle and good ball in as the Beavers look to build on another attack.
Tom Mayhew looked very good there, didn't he? I'm just trying to get some... But yes, if you, Hampton Richmond have not scored against Bath City for 5 games now. It's a long time, and it's too long, that really.
I think we need to stop quoting that one.
Matt, we've been, I think I was at least at 3 or 4 of them, if not all of them. But yeah, and anyway, that's why the takeaway beers helped, didn't they? The pre-ordered beers at Bath City. But one thing we should mention as well, our hosts are an excellently run club. Bath City very much, the trust is very involved in their club, just like it is at Hampton and Richmond Borough. So this is the meeting of two sides who have got great backing in the boardrooms and great good people running their football clubs. So I think it's something we should definitely mention, because if you are joining us and wondering wondering what non-league National League football is all about, it's about fans, and it's about people and volunteers, and both clubs have got great wealth of volunteers. And
it's also about away days, and Bath is up there with the best.
Bath City is up there.
Of
course. Not been any Roman baths yet, though, have we, Matt? Maybe maybe a pint called the Roman Bath, I imagine. But it's a very good, it's a lovely place, and again, we'd love the Bath City fans to be here, and we'd love to be going back there. Who knows? By the time we play Bath City, the return fixture, whenever that is. I try not to look too far ahead because I don't want to get too excited these days.
There's certainly a better chance as we sit here today than there was 2 or 3 weeks ago. So let's keep our fingers tightly crossed.
There's over 500 of you watching. That's fantastic. That really is fantastic.
Thank you for tuning in.
Genuinely appreciate it. If you are, please follow us on all our social media handles at HRBFC. You can see all the various things that we do as a football club. We are much more than just a football club, and I know everyone says that, but non-league football clubs have to be at this stage. We have to be about community and food banks and helping and one big shout out, we will give a big shout out to two very keen supporters of the football club, even though they've never been to the football club, or they live around the corner, but they donate on a regular basis to our food bank and donate money, and they're great supporters. And that's Joan and Peter, not Josh and Peter. Sorry, Joan and Peter who are listening in. Elliot as well, Selena, Buster, Nigel, Stephen, Larry, all people that help with our food bank. Hope you're enjoying the game. Thank you very, very much for our support and making this football club as good as it possibly can be. But Hampton Richmond Borough on the attack now. The Beavers, Rui Donaldson on the left-hand side, puts it across towards Nico Muir, but it's well defended. And we heard Nico Muir shouting, Roo. And it wasn't a bad pass in the end, was it?
No,
it
was good defending by Bath. Yeah, I think it was the 17, if I'm not mistaken, said Will Dean. But yeah, very, very good play by Donaldson. Just slightly too close to the defender, which was a shame. But you're right, Nico was screaming for that.
Yeah,
good play by the Beavers.
It was good play by the Beavers, and that's what we missed on Tuesday, wasn't it? And that Rui Donaldson again, newcomers or neutrals, Rui Donaldson will run all day long. I mean, this is a guy that was turning up for pre-season training on his bike and then cycling 30k to his house wherever he was at the time, and that tells you everything about the man, and what a good player, and what a genuinely good bloke Rui Donaldson is as well. A really nice, talkative and very intelligent guy to talk to. But anyway, he's got to chase back now because Bath City are on the attack. But that's decent play from Kyron Farrell. Sam Cox nipping there. So what we missed again on Tuesday, wasn't it? Just nipping. He didn't get the ball, but that's what you want. But Bath City on the attack here now, looking dangerous. And Cole Brown, I thought Cole Brown was going to bring him down, and that is a fantastic block from Dean Inman. But for a split second, I thought Cole Brown might have brought the winger down there, Matt.
It looked very, very close. He was lucky there, Cole, I think it's fair to say. But what a block by Dean, who is, it's fair to say, feeling the effects of that block, I think, Seb. He's crouching down at the the moment, looking like he's taken one for the team there, but I think he's back up, which is good to see. But
Crouching Dean, Hidden Dragon, my favourite film.
Oh, dearie me.
That's terrible.
That is
absolutely. I shouldn't have said that. I thought
I'd like to
that.
apologise to all the listeners
sorry.
today for that
If
one.
you are listening, by the way, please take a picture and tweet us at our HRBFC, because we'd love to see where you are watching or following this game. in the shed away from the missus, or whether the kids are upstairs or downstairs and you're trying to, or maybe the kids are watching it as well. God, hopefully they are. And
Great play by
wherever you're
Bath
watching
there,
it, and
Seb.
your phone, hopefully we'd love to see where you are watching it, and also what you're drinking, because it will make us very jealous, won't it, Matt? Because people have been taking pictures of them with glasses of wine, pints, glorious pints. We'll have one after the game. But no, not that we're missing it. But no, please do get in touch at HRBFC on Twitter, and we will maybe we'll chuck a prize in somewhere along the line. We'll see. But Hampton and Richmond Borough on the attack. Bit wasteful there from Kyron Farrell, but I think it's fair to say with 15 minutes gone. Actually, it's gone. Blimey, I tell you what. And
Yeah,
it's gone quickly,
been
it's been decent. Both teams trying to probe and test each other, and
it's been relatively quiet. I mean, in
relatively,
terms of action. But I
what
think
game was it? Was it the Dartford game? We just couldn't catch our breath, could we? But
no, exactly.
A little bit more here, but no shortage of quality or intent from both teams, I would say.
Agreed.
In terms of, but just that final third defences again, I think arguably coming out on top for the. And these are good defences. You've got Dean Inman and Kyron Farrell in defence, and Alan Julian. Let's not forget Alan Julian, the experienced keeper. Who, let's be honest, I don't think the goals that we have conceded this season, and we did concede 3 the other night. Would you have put any of those at Alan Julian's door?
No.
Probably not. I don't think.
No.
Or if you were very harsh, you might have done. But yeah. How many people we got watching anyway, Matt? 550. That's not bad.
550.
Let's see if we can get over 600 today, and maybe even nudge up a bit further. But yeah. So if you are watching this, please, if you, it looks like Bath City are on the attack here, and that's great. I thought he might have been offside, Matt, but he's laid it off to number 9 in the box, who goes for goal, and is that a great challenge?
Well,
that is a great challenge because the referee's given a
fantastic
corner. Because
Well,
for a split second, I thought it might have not been a good.
one thing you want
challenge.
your fullback to do when you're being
Incredible
split apart
challenge.
like that, and your two centre halves are out of the action, is to come in and cover like that, and that's fantastic. Covering
That's the
defending
moment of the
by
match for me so
Kyron
far.
Farrell.
For the Beavers, great tackle, and it had to be because Donovan Wilson was not far away from being through on goal and clear, and that's a great
Good
challenge.
chance for Bath.
And you know what? There wasn't even a hint of that being a foul. Actually,
No.
Internally, the ref, none of the players appealed because it was clearly a goal. As I say this, at the far post, someone has got to be on him there. The 19 for Bath City, Grant Horton and Rui Donaldson motion there, but Kyron Farrell was going to try and clear, but he's only cleared it to the edge of the box. You might have heard the groans here, but that's not a great clearance. But he has redeemed himself there by tackling, but Rui Donaldson loses the ball, and now Sam Deadfield's on the attack. And he tried to spray. Oh, it nearly went through. I tell you what, it bounced. It wasn't. It was worth a try, that, wasn't it, Matt? Because Nico Muir would have been through on goal.
Yeah, it was a very, very nearly a very, very good ball.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, Beavers are just under the cosh here. A couple of really good opportunities for Bath.
I know,
Another good ball
that.
through there. Now that's
the referee's
foul.
given that.
Yeah, he's given the foul.
Given that. I didn't see much in that myself, but the referee's given it. Matt, he's going to watch it because
That looked very, very soft to
I
me.
thought that looked
I mean,
soft.
even
I
in
thought-
real time, that looked soft. And I mean, personally, it looked like to me that the striker sort of tried to control the ball and fell whilst doing so.
Anyway,
Which
it's dangerous position now
referee's
for Bath
given
City.
it.
Number 14, Tommy Conway, sizing this up. He's progressed from the under 18s and the under 23s by Bristol City, and he's on loan from Bristol City. He was the cause, or he was in contact with a relative who had COVID, so he missed 2 games through isolation. So not the
Right.
cause. That's very unfair on him. But is Tommy Conway still going to be looking at this?
This is one of those free kicks where you do
I think
question:
it's
is
almost
it
too
too
close?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it feels
Matt,
like
me and Matt have watched too much football.
Yeah,
over the
we
years.
have.
Said the same
to get
cliches,
this
haven't we?
to get this up and over is going to be really hard.
This will be amazing if he does do and get it up and over and in the net, because this will be one for the bloopers reel, Matt, if he does.
Yeah.
It is Conway, isn't it, number 14, as far as I can tell?
I mean, the other option obviously is the sort of the low drive.
Oh, it's well blocked by the wall. That's Miles Anderson. It's a great return shot though from the winger, and it looked like it might creep in there, but unfortunately
it's
for
good
Hampton
effort.
Richmond, it hasn't. Bath City gone close again there.
Yeah, they've.
I think that looked closer than it actually was,
Yeah.
wasn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was pretty close. I mean, that's 3 or 4 opportunities now for Bath in quick succession.
But yeah, thank you. Thanks very much for all the Bath City fans that are listening. And if you're not, I understand why not, because your radio coverage is some of the best in the league, and I've listened to it from afar before, so I appreciate that. But if you are watching on the stream, thank you very much for joining us, Romans. And here we are at the home of the Beavers, as Kyron Farrell on the left-hand side here on the attack. Rui Donaldson's going to try and get that. but he looks like he might. He's done well there, and it's a corner.
Well played by Rue.
What
Yeah,
great
fantastic.
challenging from Rui Donaldson
Yep.
there. What a man. And
Fantastic.
you might be able to see a board there. The ball was landed in front of the About Signs board. Hat tip to About Signs for their fantastic work. A local business that have really helped us out in the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, thank you very much to everyone at About Signs. And thank you, by the way, also to FOTMob for these jackets that me and Matt are wearing. They're keeping us warm.
They are very nice.
So, yes, FOTMob, please download the app and you can keep abreast of all the scores and all the other games going on in this league. We'll do a recap at half-time, or Ben will do a recap at half-time. Corner for Beavers. Far post, Dean Inman, and it's, Miles Anderson has just flicked at it and tried to get a touch to it, but got too much on it and it's gone over the bar.
It's fallen to the wrong player there, Seb.
Yeah, back to goal, to be fair to him.
Back to goal, but just looking at the replay. I mean, we've got the feed here, so we can see sort of 10 seconds of replay, and almost sort of too powerful to Miles and very difficult for him to control that and direct it on target. But this is an interesting and quite an exciting game actually so far. I mean,
it's level pegging and both teams threatening. I think Bath obviously threatened a bit more, but
it's interesting to see how they both sort of, the tactics they're deploying. It's quite similar.
It is. It is much. It does seem to be like. That's a great touch from David Fisher, Rui Donaldson's won that back and set David Fisher through. Who's shown some nice feet so far. The youngster who has progressed
full
up
of
the
energy,
FC Wimbledon.
Fisher.
Yeah, he is full of energy. Exactly the sort of player that we've been missing. And I think,
corner.
it's gone for a corner. Not missing. That's the wrong word, but it's something that we need in that final third. I think. Danny Bassett obviously offered that. Nathan Minnas obviously the running, but
one of the things
coupled with his feet, you can see his feet are very good for a youngster, aren't they?
I mean, Nico Muir was very isolated on Tuesday night.
I think that's what I was trying to say.
And then with Fisher in, I think he's
again to Dean Inman at the far post, but it drops just in front of the keeper. You'd have thought someone would have been in front of the keeper there.
You took the words out of my mouth, Seb. For me, you've got to have a player on the keeper there, and the ball's dropped at his feet, and missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity indeed, Matt, I would say, for the Beavers. And again, I don't think Dean Inman's going to get another free header at the far stick, which he has done in the last couple of minutes, hasn't he? So
good play by Muir.
Muir's done well there, hasn't he? And Sam Deadfield really actually starting to get a few more.
A foul.
Sam Deadfield starting to just. That's about third time in about the last 5 minutes where he started to pick the ball up and urge forward and move forward.
I mean, what a season he's having for Hampton. He's getting better and better.
Well, you've got to
and
remember
better.
it's his second season. He's only 23.
But last season, he showed glimpses of what he's good at, and I think there were a fair few comments across the terraces that there was a few things that perhaps he needs to improve on, and he's in to do certain things and he perhaps wasn't doing it. But this season, he's really stepped it up a gear. And you mentioned the Oldham game a couple of weeks ago. I mean, he was fantastic in that game. Obviously, got a brace himself, and
I think some of those comments were fair as well, Matt.
I think so.
That Gary wanted those to improve those things. But anyway, Sam Deadfield floats a lovely ball towards a far post, and it's another corner for the Beavers, but offside. The linesman says offside. Unfortunate. That seems a bit not unfortunate, but that seems a bit of a silly thing to do because there was no need to be offside there, was there, Matt? I would say, but
no, it seemed a bit of a strange one. I mean, obviously we're not sat on that side, on that half of the pitch, so obviously we couldn't see. But it looked. You're not going to be too happy if you're being flagged offside from an indirect free kick. But anyway.
No, but if you are, I'm just having a look now, actually. This is also, if you are listening, also on mixlr.com, just for some people that might not be able to listen to it or haven't got the technical, not abilities, that's completely the wrong word, but you know what I mean, technical facilities is what I was going to say. They are listening, so that is currently playing out on mixlr.com. I'm just double checking to see if... Yeah, there's 3 people listening, so it's listening, and that's, by the way, that's terrible feedback for me, just making sure. But anyway, good to have on. But anyway, Hampton and Richmond Borough chasing it down, and that's David Fisher again, making the defender work, making him do something, and that's great play from the youngster who's looked extremely sharp in the opening, Matt? Only 23 minutes. God, it's a good game, this.
Yeah.
It's a good game. If you were just joining us, non-league football, please leave all your misconceptions or conceptions, or whatever your thoughts on non-league football. We see a lot of good football at this level. Of course there are bad games. There are bad games in the Premier League, but these are good players. These are good players, and these are good athletes as well. These aren't the non-league players that will have 8 pints after the game and maybe have had 8 pints the night before. These are athletes playing this game, and it's a decent standard, and hopefully that's coming across. We haven't had too many clear-cut chances, but we've certainly had a lot of good possession and a good attacking play. So, yes. It's a lovely ball through, and again, that's a good example. That's a lovely chest down from number 9. It's a great shot, but a great block for Miles Anderson. That's good play for Miles Anderson. He's looked decent. Sam Deadfield on the run here now, and you do not give Sam Deadfield space. And David Fisher and he's good enough to control that.
He knows that. He'll be disappointed in that, David.
It was a great move, that.
Yep.
It was a great move. We got 575 of you watching us now. Thank you and joining us. And hopefully, please leave any feedback, only if it's nice. But no, please use the chat facility. Anything.
We are keeping an eye on it.
If you've got any questions at half time, then we'll try and answer them. Ben Morton, roving reporter Ben Morton, will be chatting to Charlie Wasmer, the centre defender who's currently out injured, but hopefully on the way back. Charlie Wasmer is an absolute rock in defence, and we'd love to have him back as soon as possible.
We've got plenty of Bath City fans on the.
Oh, that's good. Good to
yeah,
hear.
so
Thanks
Helen
very
and
much.
Nigel watching in North Wales. Shout out to Helen's dad Terry, hopefully watching in Bath, and her son Thomas watching in Derby. All Bath City fans.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, good. Well, that's good, isn't it? That's good that we are able to bring this. And again, me and Matt are very, very, very lucky to be in this position, and hopefully, we can, in some small way, make up for the fact that you guys can't be here, or you can't be here in person, with a pint in your hand on this lovely stadium, the Chris Sweet Beveree Stadium. Yeah, if you are just joining us, it's been a fairly even tie. I would probably say.
Yeah.
Well, both teams have had a couple of sniffs, big sniffs. I would
think
say.
that
Without
Bath,
anything too.
Bath have probably just
nudged it, haven't they?
just shaded it. I'd say.
But Beavers have
on
looked good on the break, haven't they?
Mm.
Beavers have looked good on the
Yeah.
break, and the defences are fairly on top. And yes, the Beavers at the moment still haven't. It's over 475 minutes now that the Beavers haven't scored against the Romans. We hope that changes today. Not those listening in Derby and listening to North Wales, of course. But yeah, anyway, the ball goes in. Well headed clear from Kyron Farrell, who's having a very dominant game so far. But the ball's back in, and that's going to go straight towards Alan Julian. But Dean Inman decided to take that clear.
It's unlike Dean Inman and Alan Julian to have a bit of
I wonder if Dean Inman did shout. We can't hear, obviously.
True.
But Dean Inman wasn't going to take any chances there. And Cole Brown here, returning Cole Brown, I would say. And,
in case you can wonder what that noise is, that is Seb opening up a Werther's Original.
Werther's Originals. What a great advert that was. Do you remember that? The old fella. It always reminds me of my granddad. God rest his soul. Here we watching this.
Worth just mentioning Ryan Gondo, slight quad
issue. He probably would have started today. Probably.
Yeah.
Or maybe, I don't know.
Well, maybe not. But he's on the bench for Hampton. And for those of you that have tuned into previous streams and the like, Gondo has looked fantastic since he joined us.
He has. And David Fisher, a bit of a heavy touch,
Fisher's
but
done
recovers well.
to recover that.
And Kyron Farrell, again, with a bit of a heavy touch.
Yeah, he's got his sound wedge
knows
out
that.
there, Seb.
He knows that. And Bath City on the attack now. Look at Rui Donaldson already talking, already sorting out the defence. That's what you need. That's what you want. And I think that's what we missed on Tuesday. I say we. I will drop into that a few times. We will try and be open and honest. And I think we have so far. Looked like that was going out, but it's well kept in. And that the referee. For a split second, it looked like Conway was onside there. But the linesman was pretty clear. I think it's one of those ones.
He was pretty clear, but he was quite late.
Yeah, but then they are now, aren't they?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Let them touch the ball.
I must admit, I did feel my heart jump a little bit then.
Yeah, you can see the board, but one of the boards there. Jolly Cooper's in the top left-hand corner there. Jolly Cooper's of
what a
the
pub that
around
is.
The corner, and please help them out if you can at the moment. They are not open, obviously, like most places of that aren't open. We'll go back to that in a minute because David Fisher is on the run on the left-hand side, puts a lovely ball in towards Jake Gray. Nearly there, and Rui Donaldson's going to go for goal. It's a great block from the Bath City defender. Fantastic block. And that was we were in line with that and looked like a real chance. Great play from Nico Muir. I don't think that's a foul, that. I think Nico Muir's allowed to go for that.
The ref's done that a couple of times.
Do you not think that Nico Muir's allowed to go for that?
Absolutely. And we had the same the other end as well.
It's a teasing cross.
Yeah.
Teasing cross. But anyway.
This is a contact sport. And I don't think that was an intentional foul.
No, yeah. Strange. But anyway, I was talking about Jolly Cooper's and the Squiffy's restaurant. They're running a takeaway service at the moment, and I can absolutely heartily recommend it. And so much so that me and Matt will be having it after the game. But yeah, and not only that, Jane and Nick from the Jolly Coopers are integral to this community in Hampton and have been absolutely brilliant with their help with the food bank. During lockdown 1, in lockdown 2, we're running something called the Christmas Beaver Boxes. And again, Jane and Nick from the Jolly Coopers and Scriffies are being extremely helpful with that. So hamptonfc.net, you can donate items for our Christmas Beaver Boxes for those less fortunate, or you can donate money. Good, honest, hard cash, and we'll buy some items for it. Or you can sponsor a whole box, which is £25. But hamptonfc.net, Christmas Beaver Boxes, that's our Christmas campaign to help the local community. So please feel free to donate to that. Maybe, you know, if you were a Bath City fan and there's a couple of you, just maybe what you would have spent over today. And maybe you think, oh, I'll give someone, you know, I'll put that to good use, that money I would have spent at the Beveree. But yes, we shall see. But or if you're a Hampton fan, the same. You'd have bought 4 or 5 pints here today. Maybe give that to a Beaver box. But anyway, good pressing play from Bath City, which we see a lot from Hampton and Richmond. The Romans there looking good on that.
Alan Julian's kicking.
Discuss.
Yeah, I mean,
exemplary, I would say. But anyway, Rui Donaldson tries to thread Nico Muir through.
He just scuffed
it, but I thought the scuff might help it go through. But the Beavers starting to look more dangerous in the final third. But as I say that, Bath City on the attack here. And we've got
a foul.
Let's try and get over 600 views. If you are watching this, put it on your social medias, put it on your Instagram stories, put it on your Twitters. Just encourage people. It's free. Free football, free good coverage. I like to think it's good coverage, Matt. I think people enjoy it.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm sure not.
I mean, you
won't.
won't.
One of the 587 people agree with everything.
Well, the numbers are only going in one direction on the viewers, so that can.
So
that does bode well.
Bath City with the free kick here now, and Jerry Gill just to the left there. Jerry Gill, former Yeovil Town fullback, and that plays into my sensibilities. My background, Yeovil Town season ticket holder, Yeovil Town whatever, blah blah blah. But Jerry Gill, what a fullback he was in his day, and ended up going to Birmingham City from Yeovil Town and doing extremely well. And then I think in fact he wasn't. He very very good fullback, Jerry Gill, and a very good guy as well actually. And great to see him doing well in management. And I know he was in and around the Bristol City setup, I think. So. And he's done very well. Bath City, obviously, in the playoffs last year. It's fine. But yeah, Jerry and Gary McCann actually very good, decent friends. Gary calls him Jez, so they must be all right. That's great play from Kyron Farrell, right in front of us. And we'd have hoped a bit more pressing, but
well done.
We're coming, Matt. It's starting to click more, isn't it? In the middle half.
Yeah.
Anyway, Cole Brown with a lovely cross towards the back post. Sam Deadfield has somehow skewed it. Sam Deadfield has somehow skewed it with the goal gaping. And he has, skewed is the word.
Yeah, he's been caught in two minds there. I think that's a cross-come shot and he's fluffed it.
He has fluffed it.
And unfortunately for Hampton, that is an opportunity that's gone begging there.
Oh, Matt, we're over 600. Thank you very much.
Here we go.
You've been putting stuff on Twitter. Thank you very much. But
we mentioned it at the beginning of the game. Sam Cox, I think, in the middle of the park. Winning the balls for Hampton, I think is making a massive difference. I've been impressed with Cole Brown at right back actually so far. We know his qualities. Fisher up top as well, good energy. Nico Muir looks certainly considerably less leggy than he did during the week versus Hemel. So, the return of Donaldson and Farr on the left, I think Hampton looks like a far better balanced and stronger side. Let's hopefully let that show in front of goal, which, to be fair, we have been struggling with of late.
We have. Well, very much so, and it's an area that Gary wants to improve on, and that's why we've seen David Fisher and the like. That's well played from Rui Donaldson, but that's also an extremely good tackle from the number 19 Grant Horton, and making his debut at centre back. And thank you all for joining us, wherever you're watching, whoever, in whatever format you're watching, whatever.
Do you know what? That looked worse than it actually was.
Yeah.
Dare I say it? He looked to me like he perhaps got the ball. But
I'll be honest, Matt.
He did go.
He went through.
Went through him, which was the issue. But the actual tackle, to me, looked like he got the ball there.
I do have to make a very quick apology, by the way, Matt. Earlier on, I made some very bad comment about if the missus is watching. Obviously, I should have said the missus, or the husband, because obviously,
of course,
and you know me, I've made a mistake there, and I'm thinking more of the fact that my missus doesn't let me watch the football. So I made a very bad comment there, and I just genuinely do apologise. Anyone who knows me, I'm equal and fair at all opportunities. Maybe I said the wrong thing there. So huge apologies.
I'll tell you, Mrs. That.
To Sophie for pointing out an error for me there, and I'm really sorry.
Jack Batten picked up a yellow there for that.
He did for that tackle. I thought it was a decent tackle, Matt. But maybe he had gone through it. And to be fair, the protestations from
well, he's done 2 no-goes. He's gone to floor and he's coming from behind. And the ref's going to give that every day of the week. Good ball.
Just quickly, while Sam Cox plays a lovely ball towards Kyron Farrell, then plays a lovely ball towards David Fisher, who's looked really lively down that left-hand side going forward. And just quickly, the Beavers supporters team, when they can start playing football again and playing against each other, are looking for a sponsor for their kits. For their shirts, I think, for the back of the shirts and the sleeve shirts. 100 quid, 200 quid, I think they're looking for. We've tweeted about it. Please have a look at our Twitter and get in touch with Beavers IFC, I think their handle is on Twitter. But yeah, if you can help Kurt and the boys, please help. But yeah, Dean Inman rushing it there. But yeah, supporters team there. But it's what are we on, Matt? 30 minutes, 35 minutes.
35
the
in.
game's rolling on at a nice pace. It's a decent game of football. This two teams probing.
Yeah, it's a pretty equal contest so far.
I would say so. I think Hampton Richmond have come much back into it, and I would say achieved parity. I think that's the word.
Yeah.
But yeah, in 10 minutes' time, when the half-time whistle goes, we will be getting Ben Morton here to discuss the scores and the like, and also chatting to Charlie Wassmer, the Hampton and Richmond Borough centre defender. But thanks once again to Dave Rees, Jason Stewart, Aaron, Archie George and Mark George for their volunteer putting the stream on. I hope you can agree the quality of it is good where you're watching it, and hopefully our commentary is okay as well. But anyway, Bath City on the attack, the number 4. They're pressing now, they attack well, but that's great blocking from Sam Cox. Remember, not played a game this season, a competitive game this season, but again, one of the fittest players when fit, but he has been injured this season, and good challenging and good breaking. And Alan Julian. One other thing that Alan Julian does so well, Matt, is come out and claim the ball, doesn't he?
He's fantastic, Julian. He's just what I love about a goalkeeper of Alan Julian's quality is how he just commands that penalty box. You know, he's so loud, and you know, I mean, his kicking's great, his shot stopping's great, and he's got bags of experience. He's a solid goalkeeper to have between the 6 for Hampton.
Oh, he's brilliant, and he's a lovely fella.
Yeah.
He's a lovely fella, one of the very good
guys.
Good
ball
and
by
that's a
Rui
lovely
Donaldson.
ball from Rui Donaldson, who set Jake Gray 3 on the right-hand side, and there's 4 players running in. Jake Gray's done extremely well. He's going to go for goal, and it's deflected.
That's disappointing for me.
Well, there's 3 players in the box there.
Yeah,
you know what it's like, Matt. Any level of football you play, you get that feeling in you, don't you, when you beat a man, and you do want to shoot, don't you? And Jake Gray, let's not forget, Jake Gray scored our best goal this season from 30 yards. He's definitely got it in his locker.
Yeah.
But slowed up there, and with Sam Deadfield, Nico Muir, David Fisher is his name. Sorry, David Fisher. Not Ginola. Yeah, I was the thing that confused me. They looked. That was probably a better option there, wasn't there?
Yeah, he shouldn't have gone for goal. But
there's Sam Cox. Oh, blimey,
right.
That's gone right in Sam Cox's face. And I tell you what, he's got straight up. He has got straight up.
That was right in front of us, and that was
a hero. What a hero, because that is hit him square in the face.
Yeah.
If anyone watched the Oldham game and saw that player poleaxed by Kyron Farrell, there wasn't too dissimilar there.
No.
But Chris...
Opportunity here, Seb.
Yep, Jake Gray threads the ball through to Nico Muir, who's going to run towards the byline. And is he going to keep it in? No, he's not. The linesman puts his flag up. But Matt, I think we wanted to see a reaction from the Beavers, and we have seen a reaction from the Beavers.
What we have
also seen is some solid play in defence from the Romans and decent attacking play. This is a good game, and I would not want to pick a winner if you had to make me.
No, I agree.
Is that what you say? I don't
know. I totally agree with that, Seb. I think, Gary would have wanted to have seen a reaction like this. I don't necessarily think that we are firing on all cylinders still, I'll be honest with you, but this is a considerable improvement in performance compared to Tuesday night.
It is,
which is great, and Dean Inman
makes a better game. Makes a better game for it as well. Doesn't it?
It makes a better game for it, and the players. As I said at the beginning, the players look up for this, and we look like a very well balanced side.
I tell you what, balance is the right word that Matt used there. Unlucky from Rui Donaldson, but he still won it back, and well done, Rui Donaldson. Oh, what a player. I love watching Rui Donaldson. I really do.
He's had a very good game.
He's had a very good game, and I tell you what, we missed him loads, didn't we, over there? Look at Sam there. Look at the time on the ball. Picked out a lovely pass, and David Fisher with a little roll did extremely well as well, didn't he? And looked decent. I thought Ben Morton was going to give that a header there. I thought a roving reporter, Ben Morton, was going to get his nut on that, but he didn't. And the ball goes out towards Kyron Farrell in front of us here, right in front of us. And Karen Farrell wearing gloves and short sleeves, Matt. We'll have to have a word with him about that afterwards.
Yeah, we'll have a word with him about that.
Yeah.
That's a criminal.
Although Nico Muir's got it as well. Nico
set of
Muir.
attire.
Yeah. Now the linesman's gone the other way there.
Yeah.
Liner's got some nice boots on there. Look at those. Some old classic Nikes moulded with the Nike. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
94 Nikes there. Good boots, Lino. I'll tell you what I do like about the Bath City socks. Look, Romans typed out in the back of their socks.
Well up, Kyron Farrell.
Joma, if you're listening, we'll have them for next year. Thank you very much. Obviously with beavers on the socks, not Romans, but
not quite happening for Jake Gray today for me, Seb, so far. He looks a little bit. We know what he's capable of, Jake. Looks a little bit frustrated out there, but as I say, we all know his qualities.
Yeah. Right, Rui Johnson's going to have a bit of a word here because I think the way he kept the ball and then gave it back in, shall we say, not the most helpful position for the game to continue. And I don't think it was that.
And if the referee...
I'll tell you what, hats off actually. What are we on? 40 minutes gone?
Yeah.
Referees made the right decisions right and you know, because I've seen referees give what that tackle was from Karen Farrell. You know, I've seen them
agreed.
I've seen referees give decisions like that. But so far so good from Joel Mannix. And Cole Brown on the right back position now. That's it. That will do, Cole. Nicely done. But also good pressing. Both teams are pressing here, aren't they, Matt?
Yeah, they are. It's a pretty fast-paced game, actually.
When the half-time whistle goes, me and Matt will jump out of our seats. We'll have a word for our sponsors, and then Ben Morton will be chatting to Charlie Wassemer, and he will also be giving you a rundown from what's going on across the leagues.
Great flick there from.
Muir.
I think that was.
Nico Muir's going to be adjudged to a late challenge there, which.
Fantastic flick by Fisher, I think it was.
Gary was hoping for the foul before that. But Ben Morton will be running through the latest scores to tell you what's going on. But me and Matt go and get a cup of tea, use the facilities, and maybe grab some more Worders originals. But yeah, so far it's been a decent game without anything. You know, there's been some huffing and puffing around the goal areas and the penalty box, but it's 0-0. Two decent teams, two decent defences, I would say.
Yeah.
With flashes of brilliance in the attack, but no team has made the breakthrough yet, have they, Matt?
No, I think you're right. I think the key to this game is, I think, going to be in who wins the midfield. It's very much being an even contest in the middle of the park, I would suggest so far. I think that's going to be crucial as this game goes on.
Oh, I thought Dean Inman was going to get that, but he hasn't. Not Dean Inman and Miles Anderson. And that's nearly a goal for Bath City. What a save that is from Alan Julian.
That is a great save by Alan Julian. Just as you put a Worders in your mouth there, Seb, I think you were struggling.
I know, sorry.
Great play by the Bath striker there.
Fantastic, just nipping in front.
Yeah,
that was number 14, wasn't it? Conway.
Yeah,
sorry,
Conway,
I keep getting Conway and number 4 mixed up. Tom Smith. I've done that a couple of times. Apologies.
Bath look dangerous up top. They've had 3 or 4 opportunities now where they could have taken the lead.
Who's Gary talking to in no uncertain terms? You can hear him now, can't you?
Yeah.
You can hear him in no uncertain terms. That's a good save. Alan Julian has tried to make it wide. He's got down low, and he's had to get down low, and he's used his leg actually and hand there to do extremely well and make a good save. That's from Tommy Conway. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us. Up to 616. Thank you very much for joining us from wherever you're watching. Bath, Hampton, Teddington, Twickenham, Delaware, Chicago, Serbia, wherever. Thank you very much. It's much appreciated, and we will try and give this game the best the coverage it deserves. So,
well up.
Great header from number 17. That is Will Dean. But some good. Miles Anderson just needs to Tommy Conway looks like he's really leaning on Miles Anderson there and really trying to find an opening, and just need to deal with that for the remainder of this first half.
Oh, it's a short ball and it's through to Muir here.
Muir's through, but then he has got Jack Batten alongside him who's going to hold him up by the looks of it, and he cuts inside Nico Muir, and he's messed that up, but I don't know why he's not chased that back down again. Gary McCann is not going to be impressed with that. And number 5 has got the run of the pitch he still has.
I think Muir has pulled up there,
I think that's what I'm worried about. That's what now makes me worry. Tommy Conway's got on the other side of Miles Anderson for the second time in a matter of minutes, and this is dangerous now for Bath City. Dangerous for the Beavers. I think Nico Muir might have done a mischief here.
I think he's hurt his hamstring.
He's jogging gingerly, but let's see anyway. Bath City And the ball flicked in towards the box, and Alan Julian's going to try and keep that out going from a corner, and he does. Well done, Alan Julian. But Nico Muir's on the ground here, Matt. I think that's why he didn't track back. Apologies, Nico.
Yeah, no, he did pull up.
He cut inside with vigour and then stopped. He did stop dead, didn't he? And now he's on the ground.
Yeah, this is not a good.
This is not a good sign
No.
for the Beavers. A player who's played. Has he played? He's started every game, that's for sure, and he's played the majority of every game.
Pretty much played every minute for Hampton. Yeah.
He's come even when he's come off for the last 5-10 minutes, hasn't he, Matt? So
yeah, I think I can see Nathan Minas over there, Seb, getting.
I think Nathan Minas is going to be getting ready in a minute. Where is he? He's warming up, is he? Yeah, he's. He's warming up in front of the HRBSC.
He's been called back, look,
so.
I think.
Nico looks like he's going to come off now. Now Nico looks like this is the end of his race. I think he's run his race, or is it? I can see the illumination of the sponsorship board. Whether we'll
Now, is that the?
see.
Oh no, that's
That's injury time, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course
we
it is.
might see then if Mark can work his incredible magic, as Mark Finley often does. We will see what happens in the remaining few minutes here.
I think you're absolutely right. He's
I mean,
staying,
you might as well see what's happening.
Well, this is it. He's staying on the pitch. He doesn't look comfortable though.
No, he doesn't. Mark is actually he's gone off the pitch now, Nico. But I wonder if they will think, let's just try and get him in the dressing room 5-10 minutes and just see. We might,
Yeah.
But one thing I will say is a couple of warning signs we've had now. Tommy Conway's got in front of Miles Anderson. And I've been saying how good Miles Anderson's been playing, but that's twice now. Tommy Conway's got in front.
Has, yeah.
First time he was offside,
Yeah.
so whatever. That doesn't necessarily count, but it does show that seems to be a tactic at the moment from Bath City. But what do we got? 610 listeners. Thank you very much for listeners. And thank you for those listening on mixlr.com for Bath City, and maybe there are some of you listening to Bath City's radio's coverage and then watching us on the delay. It is tricky. I don't quite know what the delay is between the two, but I know in the past some people have combined the two and to get their team's coverage, or certainly Beavers fans have done it to get their coverage. Miles Anderson with a good header there, good strong header that, and the referee's going to blow his half-time whistle, and that's a decent half, Matt.
Yeah,
decent half of football without
half,
too many clear-cut chances, but two decent teams looking fairly well matched, and I think their formations and probably the bits of quality match up as well, don't they?
Yeah, I'd agree with that, Seb. I think a couple of very good opportunities for Bath to have gone into the lead in this game. I think it's fair to say. But then again, at the other side, you've got the opportunity for Jake Gray. You've got the Sam Deadfield opportunity where he skewed it. So,
Actually,
you could,
even Steve.
yeah, pretty much. I think it's on balance. I would say going into the interval, all squares probably about right.
Yeah, I think so. And I think what we'll do now is we'll have a little word from our sponsors. Well, certainly one of our sponsors, and and then when you come back, Ben Morton will be here, or maybe me and Matt might run. Me and Matt will run through the scores, because Ben's just trying to make sure he can get hold of Charlie Wassmer, who will actually, I can see Charlie walking down now. So yeah, but
we've got plenty of watchers from the US here, Seb.
Actually, we'll just quickly let's round up the US followers then, Matt, quickly.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, we've got Los Angeles, California, Delaware. There was a couple more.
Chicago, I think I heard one.
Maybe I think Chicago was on there as well. So yeah, great.
And if you are watching anywhere, wherever you're watching, whether it's Delaware or Dorset,
you'll like this
as
one.
some would say.
So you'll love this one.
Matt.
There's a comment on here. Matt doesn't half sound like Paul Merton.
Yeah.
Which,
well,
if I'm not mistaken,
Paul Merton
is a Beaver.
Paul Merton is. Paul Merton is still a Beaver, isn't he?
I think.
Cool, look at my bald spot there.
I think he is.
Archie, turn that camera around. No, I'm only messing. My bald spot. Paul Merton is, and just to give you again, just for those who haven't listened, don't know about Hampton Richmond Borough. Hampton Richmond Borough's former president, the great late departed, dearly departed. I think that's the wrong word, but I'm sorry, I've messed up what was supposed to be a nice thing. The late Alan Simpson was our former president. 40 years our former president, writer of Steptoe and Son, and I think from that. Paul Merton has been down to Hampton and Richmond. I think even on our Wikipedia page, he's down as a celebrity fan. So, Matt, you'll take that all day long, won't you? But what we're gonna do, you might be able to see Charlie and Ben Morton in the background. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to our sponsors, and then when you come back, Ben Morton and Charlie Wassmer will be sat in these seats once we've cleaned them down, obviously, with our wipes, obviously keeping all socially distant. And yeah, so here's a word from our sponsors. Thank you very much.
We tell stories that matter.
You're listening to
We know what makes fans tick.
The whole team is supported by the whole town.
We know it's about dedication, about history, about community. Here, there, and everywhere.
It's going down.
Sometimes it's about boots. Sometimes it's about clothes. And sometimes it's just about getting away. We know what they watch. We know where they go. We know what they love. We know it's not always easy connecting with fans, but we know how to help. And we know because that's what we are. Fans.
Sweet, so we're back here after our sponsors, and I'm here with centre half Charlie Wasmer. We got Dean on Tuesday, here with you today. What do you make of the first half so far?
I think both teams are just trying to still suss each other out, you know. I think we got to be in front. We've had a great chance here. I think it's Sam in the 6-yard box. You know, you put your money on him all day. You know, the one person winning the team there is probably Sam Deadfield. I think he's just dragged it. But no, I think the boys are doing well. I think we should definitely be 1-0 up there.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's maybe one of the stories of this maybe season so far of Hampton. But obviously great to have some of the boys back. Dean Inman's back, Coxey's back. Yeah, it's great to see him back on the pitch.
Yeah, look, the boys are starting to come back now. Luke as well. Luke's not too far away. I think he'll be available for next Saturday, you know. So look, more boys we get back, you know, the stronger we're definitely going to be.
And obviously, how have you been yourself? You've been out for a fair few weeks now. How's it looking?
I went for an MRI scan on Friday, so I'll know the results on Monday.
Brilliant.
Hopefully the results come back good, you know, but you know, you never know until the results.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, it's probably fair to say that you get your fair share of injuries at the moment. How tough is it to be on the sidelines as a player?
Yeah, of course it's tough. You want to be out there and helping the boys, you know, every week. And as a player, watching it from the sideline is probably the worst. So yeah, it's tough, but what can you do? You can sulk about it all the time and keep your head down. But you know, you got to be. For me, I tried to be positive around the boys all the time, positive myself. And yeah, look, I'll get back out there. It's just a matter of time now.
Yeah, indeed. And then obviously we're all delighted here that you've obviously signed for a second season. How much of a part has Gary in that had to play in that decision?
Yeah, I signed the contract when I come in, so it was following this season, so I knew what I was coming into, and Gary was a big part of that. I was coming into a management team that, you know, wanted to head in the right direction, and that was a big plus for me. So, yeah, I'll say Gary played a big part in that. But you know, I was at Hampton before. I know a lot of people here, so as well. So that obviously I knew what I was coming back into.
Yeah, indeed. And something I think I've noticed at the moment, I don't know if it's a new thing or it's just maybe I just noticed it this season, but obviously there's a good togetherness of the squad. Obviously that's been ongoing theme, but I noticed at the end of games at the moment, Gary often gets all the players in the middle of the pitch and you're there for a few minutes after. What is it like in the atmosphere at the moment?
When you're winning, it's the best, you know.
Yeah.
When you're not, it's not that great. But now Gary always does a little thing, you know. After the game, we all stay out and he has his team talks out here. But yeah, like I say, look, it's the atmosphere between the boys. You know, win or lose, we're always together. We'll run through brick walls for each other.
Yeah.
That's the type of players and atmosphere we got in here at the moment. But yeah, look, positive atmosphere all the time with us.
Yeah, exactly. And then what do you think of the new? Quick word on the new boys look lively this first half, hasn't he? David come in and he's looked lively up front.
Yeah, he is. He's a good player. Supposedly he runs like Mo Farah on the pitch, so that's a massive help for us. He'll suit right into our team.
Yeah.
But no, he's a young lad. I think he wants to move on. So it's a great level. It's a great platform for him to do that. You know, he's going to get game time here, and he looks a good player, mate. I think he will be a good player for us.
Perfect. Obviously, give you guys that are watching at the moment maybe a quick rundown of the National League half-time scores as well. It's Chelmsford 0, Chippenham 1. Concord 0, Dorking 1. That's only in the 20th minute, so maybe they've had a delay kick-off there. Dartford 0, Slough 0. Ebbsfleet 0, Tonbridge 1. Hemel Hempstead 1, Dulwich 1. Maidstone 1, Billericay 0. Oxford City 0, Eastbourne 1. And St Albans 0, Hungerford 0. Obviously, looking at the table at the moment, it's early days. But who do you think is the main threat for us, or who's going to do well this season?
I think come the end of the year, I think you'll see the same teams up there. I think it's a bit crazy at the moment, you know. But as the season goes on, I think you'll see the same teams. Dartford's always going to be up there. Dorking and Havant, you know, the money clubs in our league would always be there. The squad as well, you know. I think whoever's got the best squad and stays injury free, it's a massive plus. So look, we'll be up there as well. So.
Yeah. I think it's all about consistency, and obviously, love to hear the positivity there. To be up there, I guess. I think I asked Dean as well on Tuesday, but aim for the season is to be right in the mix, isn't it?
Right in the mix, you know. The players we've got, we know how to win games at this level, and it doesn't matter how pretty it is. We've got that in our team, and that will come. But I think we've had the unlucky end of the stick at the moment with players being injured, and you know, and so once we get everyone fit, we'll be really strong. We'll be up there, yeah.
Yeah, obviously players being injured and stuff. How much does it have to play really? Like such a busy and hectic schedule. Do you think that makes a big impact on players being out?
Of course it does. I think they said it from I think they heard Pep Guardiola say the other day, and they don't play nowhere near as half as many games as us.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, and we're part time, so yeah, the injury rate is always going to be crazy this season. I think it is throughout all the leagues. But look, that's why you got a squad. You got to get on with it.
Exactly. And a bit of other news as well. Obviously, yesterday it was Tracy Hathaway's 50th birthday. Happy birthday to her from everyone at the club. And how important is she to the club overall?
Look, she's the heartbeat of the club, isn't she? You know, every time you see her, she gives a smile on your face, no matter how down you are when you're coming in, looking not happy. But she's brilliant. She's brilliant to the boys. And me personally, I've been here obviously a couple of years before as well, and I know Trace, and she's proper. She is proper. So I love Trace. So yeah, big happy birthday to Trace.
Yeah, indeed. I think that's one of the appeals of this club overall, isn't it? I think that's certainly what. Obviously, I had no idea about the club at all till I came to uni. I think it's just draws you in, doesn't it? The people. Yeah, it's a great place to be around.
No, it is. I think if you're new and you're coming into the environment, you'll suit straight in. The people will welcome you like you've been here, you know, all year. You know, that's the type of place it is, and it's a great environment. Yeah.
Yeah, it is indeed. Sweet. Did you know how long we got till round it up? Yeah. Yeah, we'll ask you one.
Try me one more. Go on.
Go on.
What's been your highlight?
Yeah, go on.
I have to say probably the FA Cup, because I missed the last 5 games, so I'll just say the FA Cup run, and seeing the boys progress into that Oldham game, and for the club as well. It was a big game for the club, and great to get TV coverage. So I'll say that.
Yeah, brilliant. Obviously, it was a special day for the club. Yeah, so now we're going to quick break. Get our sponsors on to say goodbye, and then cheers for coming along, Charlie.
No problem.
Yeah, massive help. Yeah, maybe get you in next week as well if we
Hopefully
can.
I'll be playing soon. So
Yeah,
you
won't
that
be
much.
back. Yeah, it just rotate the ones that are injured every week.
That's it, yeah.
Anyway, word from our sponsors, and then we're going to have Seven Matt back on the mics for the second half.
As COVID cases
Even if I can't do it myself, I can get supplies to those who've lost their income.
Watch that step, Mike.
I can be there for someone who's isolated. I can comfort a family after disaster. I have the power to help. And you have it too. Your donation is powerful. Give help or get help at redcross.org.uk.
Well, that was good, wasn't it, Matt? Wasn't it great to hear from, obviously,
legend.
An absolute legend of a man and a player, Charlie Wassenaar. Really,
we miss him out there, Seb.
We do miss him, don't we? We do miss him, but hopefully we won't have to miss him for too much longer. But I think Ben obviously has some great questions there, and obviously him with Dean. He spoke to Dean in the warm up, not the warm up, the half time last time, and when you're missing players of that calibre, it just makes any team, doesn't it? Not just our team, but any team. Imagine, Dean Inman and Charlie and Luke Ruddick. Let's not forget, Luke. We'll have Luke on next week, but maybe Ben. That can be Ben's next victim. Or did I say victim?
Yeah, he could be called a victim.
Good. No, but thanks very much to Ben for doing that as well, because I often forget that. We can't really move around earpieces and the like and stuff like that, especially in this day and age. So, Ben, well done, Ben, and cheers for your thoughts, Charlie. But what's the FOTMO about saying, Matt? In terms of, I know Ben ran through the scores very quickly.
Oh, he ran through the scores.
Yeah, he did.
Should we have a little rattle through? We've got a few minutes till.
We've got a few minutes, and there's no sign of any of the players for the minute. So
no, let's run through. So, Chelmo 0, Chippenham 1.
Okay.
Probably,
Well, Chelmsford, decent at home, but that's, they beat them last week, and they won't be necessarily happy with that one.
Dorking 1-0 up against Concord. I think they would probably be expected to win that one.
Dorking are going to be up there, aren't they?
Yeah. Slough Town doing well at Dartford, holding them to a 0-0 draw.
Still the best team I've seen, Dartford.
Away at Darts,
we've got Slough in a couple of weeks as well, I think, haven't we?
Yeah,
so
we
that's
have.
That's going to be a big game.
Ebbsfleet 0, Tunbridge 1.
Oh, Tunbridge! I tell you what, since they've
come up with some quite good.
Since their hammering, unfortunately, in front of the cameras against Bradford, I think they've won, haven't they?
Yeah.
Or certainly a couple, but anyway.
Yeah, no, they're doing all right. Hampton 0, Bath 0, obviously. Hemel 1, Dulwich 1.
Oh.
Obviously, Hemel off the back of a very convincing win against the Beavers on Tuesday night. Maidstone 1, Billericay Town 0. I think a game that Maidstone would again be expected to win. Oxford City 0, Eastbourne 1. Eastbourne. They look good.
Well, me and Matt are obviously big fans of Eastbourne Borough for their performance here, and we did wonder if that might be what they might describe as a coupon buster.
Well, we were confused by you're right, because I think that some of the bookies were favouring Oxford in that one.
Obviously, you were looking at the bets, Matt.
Obviously,
as a director of the football club, I am not
you
allowed
are
to gamble
prohibited
on any football.
No, and rightly so.
And rightly so, of course,
and St Albans 0, Hungerford Town 0.
Ah, right.
Which is, I think you'd be fair. I mean, well, St Albans up there.
So what's the table saying? Yeah, what is the table saying on the FOTMOB app?
So the table is saying, I'll go through 1 to 7. Dartford at the top at the moment. This is obviously if the scores stay as they are. Dartford in first place with 20 points, followed by Dorking, Hungerford, Eastbourne, Maidstone, St Albans and Ebbsfleet, with the Beavers just outside the top 7.
Yeah.
In eighth position,
but
we're on 8. We played 8 games, 11 points. Ebbsfleet, if Ebbsfleet hold on today, in fact, are Ebbsfleet winning or are they losing? No, they're losing. Sorry, yeah. So this actually.
I mean, if you'd have said at the beginning of the season, because Ebbsfleet spent a lot of wedge in the summer.
Yeah, they did.
They certainly brought a lot of new players in. I'm not.
The dark horses in this league it's so difficult because you've got the likes of Havant who have played 5 games and Hemel who have played 10. So we're gonna have, it's to be expected, obviously.
It's gonna be strange how this all plays out, this coronavirus, and let's not forget as they say in a TV program that many people watched. Winter is coming, Matt.
Yeah, it is.
So, and we know, and as good as these pitches are, and you have to give huge credit to Richard Curtis, who's out there at the moment forking it out with his volunteers.
There he is, look, giving us a wave.
He's giving us a wave. This pitch is looking great, considering it's absolutely hammered it down for quite a long time, hasn't it? And there's been a lot of football played on it, and a lot going on. So
it was pretty cut up on Tuesday night, actually. So
it was to get it
looking like this is a testimony to Richard and his staff.
Yeah, one of someone has mentioned on a text message to me, Matt, that we are the new St Greavesy. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long.
Paul Merton. That Tracy Hathaway calls us.
She calls us Bob and the two Bobs from the film Mean Machine, which
I'm not sure I'm too
not safe for work. That clip of them two, but
we'll move on to.
But no, I think St Greavesy. That was from Jane at the Jolly Coopers. So thank you very much, Jane. As a kid growing up, I watched St Greavesy religiously. So yeah, I'll take that. Not quite got the goals in my boots as Greavesy had, or the European Cup medals that Ian St John had. But anyway, the players are coming out now, and you've had looked at my bald spot enough of this game.
The ball spot is going.
Archie is going to put the camera as the player. Look at that. It's
sweeping.
almost like we timed it.
Sweeping across
beautifully from Archie. There, who again, huge credit to Archie.
You see Mr. Weller there in the
yellow jacket, COVID officer.
The Hampton COVID officer, indeed. Yeah,
he does wear the red lanyard. I think he is allowed on the pitch at half time.
He is.
But yeah, again, Phil Weller talking about volunteers. We talked about Tracy in the break there and how integral she is. But Phil Weller and the work he's done with the COVID.
Fair play to him.
The COVID as COVID officer, shall we say, has been fantastic. And all non-league clubs are having to do this, having to rely even more on volunteers to make sure that we can put these games on, which is huge credit to volunteers across the country. And
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Seb, that Ryan Gondo might be coming on here for Nico Muir, because I've not seen Nico reappear as we feared.
Here, has he? No, as we feared. And Mark Finley can work some magic. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. No, it is a substitution. It looks like Gondo to me.
Ryan Gondo will come on, and we've been very impressed with him, haven't we, Matt? He's on
the guy's a class act
from Whiteleaf in the league below,
yeah.
and he has had trials at at higher level. So it's he is, but he's clearly got something about him in there, Matt. There's no doubt about it. He's fitted into the side. So
well, I couldn't believe how.
He played on Tuesday, but he was on a trial.
He was brilliant against
Hungerford.
Hungerford.
Started it today. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I
There
think
he is.
it
You can just
wasn't
see him
if
in
it wasn't
the
for his
bottom left-hand of your screen here now.
14. Yeah, very
There he
good,
is. Number
very good
14,
player.
someone to look out for, and a very
How would you describe him? He's a sort of a nippy, tricky, fast
very creative winger.
Very creative winger. Yeah, he's good.
I would say and with him,
it's interesting that we've got him and Fisher, who are quite similar players.
Well, Gondo, Matt, played up front towards one of the last game he played. Maybe Chelmsford, I think. I think he went up front. Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's
so looking like David Fisher is going to lead the line with Gondo just behind him to give him that creativity, which would be a shame. But anyway, Sam Deadfield to Jake Gray, right in front of us, and that's well defended. Good football from the Beavers. Good positive start from the Beavers, right in front of us here. And
good to see my old man.
Leather on leather there.
Yeah, my old man piping up on the chat there, which is always good to see.
Thanks for joining us, Ian. I'd love to be sat here with a pint with you, and I'm sure you would be as well. But anyway, that's a
good
lovely
ball
from Sam Deadfield, and it just didn't quite connect it as he should do, David Fisher. But once again, we said it towards the end of the first half. Tommy Conway.
That's a foul.
Conway, and that seems a needless foul.
Yeah, it's a foul.
Richmond.
It's a silly foul, actually. You know, Gary is fuming. From where I'm sat, Seb, that was a Bath foul.
A Bath free kick, you mean?
A Bath free kick. Yeah,
it was a foul. It's a foul.
It was a foul.
Okay, the player may have gone down a slightly easier, but I tell you what, if you're telling me that Gondo or someone, David Fisher's not going to go down at that point, then
agreed.
Well, maybe. Ifs and buts and maybes, isn't it?
I mean, the Hampton bench were closer to the play there, and it's fair to say that they were all absolutely fuming with that decision. But
I'll tell you what, the closest person to that was the linesman, and he wasted no time at all in putting his flag up. Doesn't mean he was right, but he knew. As the bird, look at those birds, Matt, flying. Oh, beautiful! Look at the birds flying over the ground here. It's a lovely ground. The leaves,
backdrop of the trees.
The leaves are falling out of the trees here.
Yeah.
And look, you can see. Yeah, and obviously that's one of the things about Hampton's the Chris Sweet Beveree. But anyway, Bath City cross into the box, well headed, clear again from Dean Inman, and also what a lovely little punt forward from David Fisher, which sets off a race, and that is well dealt with by Jack Batten. Extremely well dealt with, and I tell you what, he needed to be because he was under pressure there, wasn't he, Matt?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Gondo showing his pace, chasing the long ball, great header. We should actually mark how many times we say great header by Dean Inman, but great header by Dean Inman at the back, doing what he does best. And as you said, Seb, a good knock forward by Fisher, and unfortunately Gondo just slightly behind the play there, but.
I think it was good defending at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was.
Gondo can press as much as you want, but if you're a calm, composed defender, as Jack Batten was then you have to give credit where it's due, don't you? And
you do.
The ball goes out here towards Cole Brown on the right wing.
He's looked pretty at home there.
Right fullback. Well done. A bit of a heavy. It was a bit of a hospital pass. And now Cole Brown's got a chance.
That's
the lovely ball from Cole Brown towards Ryan Gondo, and Ryan Gondo, handball. He's allowed to go for that all day long, referee.
Yeah, that's not
Come on, I don't think so.
No, that was a 50-50 tackle.
We won't mention it. You go and tell the referee that now, Matt.
I think I'll stay here.
The domineering. Anyone who watches National League soccer.
The funny thing is that
be familiar with the domineering presence of Joel Mannix.
Yeah.
Easily taller than me, and I'm
he does not take any prisoners, let's
just
say, and rightly bloody so. I mean, that's exactly what you want your referees to be doing. You should command respect if you're the man in the middle, and that's exactly what he does.
Good header from Dean Inman again, and headed against the back. Sam Cox clears it, but only as far as the halfway line towards Bath City, and Rui Donaldson. Look at that tackle from Rui Donaldson.
Good ball by Gondo.
How many times have I said that this game? But Hampton and Richmond Borough on the attack, and with Kyron Farrell, Sam Deadfield, and David Fisher, Ryan Gondo, and Jake Gray all in the box. And Rui Donaldson sneaking into the box just now. And it's hit the side netting. It's deflected.
He just lost his feet.
I mentioned all those names that were running into the box, but it was actually the great running from Rui Donaldson at the last minute. Lovely pass from Kyron Farrell. And deflected behind just into the side netting. And that it was... what a break that was from the
Farrell
Beavers.
did excellently well.
We've got a corner now. and I think Kieran Farrell will take that. And we've seen how good his set pieces are.
I think Donaldson just lost his feet, if I'm not mistaken.
Just a little
just
bit,
as he...
but it's been deflected behind, hasn't it? So that was a good move. And anyway, big chance now for the Beavers, and it's a short corner. Kieran Farrell on the edge of the box, but it looks like it's going to go behind again for another corner. Probably corner number 5, I would say, Matt.
Yeah, good tackle by Tom Smith from Bath there.
Yeah, good defensive performances.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
seen that a lot at the Beavers. Dartford, certainly, Tom Bonner and the like. Tom, we waxed lyrical about that, didn't we, Matt? But we shall see. Corner for the Beavers now. It's a nice one, but it's well headed clear from the number 7 for Bath City, Frankie Artus. But the ball's gone back to Sam Deadfield on the far corner here. He's going to try and put the ball into the box, and it's not too far. Oh, and it looks like it was going to bounce in front of Dean Inman, but it doesn't, and it's only cleared as far as Ryan Gondo in the box, and he stays on his feet there. And Ryan Gondo goes for a shot, and it looks like it was deflected, but no, maybe not actually. And Ryan Gondo's not claimed that, and it goes out for a goal kick. Yeah. Strong start from the Beavers, though, Matt. Strong start.
Gondo looking good, sharp, created some space there to get the shot on target. Excellent play. Bit of a flat by the Bath keeper there. From where I'm sat, it looked like he could have easily caught that. But anyway, he's between the sticks, and I'm sat up here. But ultimately, good play by the Beavers. We've come out the traps, strongly this second half, which is for those of you with a Beavers persuasion out there listening and watching this is a good omen.
Oh, that has hit him in the knackers.
Yeah,
I think it's fair to say. Tell you what, though, he's got up very well, though, hasn't he? It's a good tackle from him,
tackle.
though.
21.
Tom Mayhew there.
Yeah, Mayhew and Jake Gray having a
pleasantries there.
Yeah, that's a great way of describing
Exchanging
it.
pleasantries, Matt. Yeah, and maybe not pleasant.
No, unpleasantries.
Unpleasantries. That's
good
great tackle from Sam Deadfield. What a tackle that is from the little man. And no, I think he's allowed to go for that because I think, and that's great.
It's a physical game, but the referee's doing the right decisions.
He is doing the right decision and allowing play. But that was good play from the Beavers, and then David Fisher what's going to happen here? He's going to, I tell you what, is that good defending? Oh, I tell you what, David Fisher's kept that in extremely well, but in doing so, has had to go to ground, and it's well cleared from Bath City. But that's what we want to see. That's what Gary McCann wants to see from his forwards. And I tell you what, David Fisher has had a good game today, hasn't he, Matt?
Yeah, he has. He's looked good up there.
Oh, looks like it's a great tackle from Cole Brown. What a tackle from Cole Brown. It needed to be.
Yeah.
Because Donovan Wilson, this is end to end at the moment.
Sorry, I'm actually lost for words here. I'm sort of trying to sort of follow the play.
Yeah, and again, the possession's going back and forth. The pendulum is swinging back and forth in this game.
I'm going to use the word, a bit of a frantic start to the second half.
Frantic is definitely the word, Matt, definitely the word. But
Dean Inman with another header.
With another, just pushing the ball on, and he's right. Ryan needs to be a bit more alert to that. And frantic start to this second half, shall we say. And thank you very much for joining us, all 600 of you from all parts of the world, watching this National League South. And look at David Fisher chasing again. He's run his heart out today, the young lad, and it's been very good to see. Kieran Farrell just loses control of the ball there, and this is dangerous now for the Beavers. And Bath City are going to attack, and they attack well, and they're on the right-hand side here. Cuts the ball back towards, and that's a great tackle from Dean Inman. I would say it's a foul on Dean Inman at the same time, but
bit of afters.
Great clearance from Dean Inman there. It needed to be as well. And Bath City reset and go again. But that's Rui Donaldson. What a great tell you what, he's had a great game today, Rui Donaldson.
We're big Rui Donaldson fans.
We are big Rui Donaldson fans. But I tell you what, I've been extremely impressed with David Fisher as well. And Sam Cox. He's picked those little ones up, hasn't he? And let's not forget, this is his first game of football for a long time. Rui Donaldson looking, and he's taken a bit of time there, but that's
surprised he's done. I'm surprised he's taken.
There was 3 or 4 options there, and unfortunately on that occasion, Rui Donaldson chose neither of them for the Beavers. But the ball goes again, and they're on the attack, Bath City. This end to end at the moment, and a good advert for National League South, Vanarama National League South football. Jake Gray hustling as he does in the centre midfield, and that's going to be time for Miles Anderson, but a bit of a heavy touch, and he's done well there. Well done from the big man. Miles Anderson lays it out towards Kieran Farrell, and Sam Deadfield now, and Hampton and Richmond Borough on the attack with their main man, Sam Deadfield, but commentator's curse there, Matt, wasn't it? And he's going to try and win it back, but that disappointing. But they've given the ball away now, Bath City, and it's a lovely little touch, and then David Fisher, and the ball goes, and that's a throw-in for the Beavers.
Yeah, this is end-to-end stuff. Exciting. Good game.
Exciting game. And exciting. And we've definitely seen some energy and purpose from both teams, haven't we, in this second half? What are we on now? What? Not even 10 minutes into this second half, are we, Matt? And it's a good game so far in the Vanarama National League South match between the Romans and the Beavers. And they said Tudors. That was the other day, Hemel Hempstead. But the Beavers have got a free kick here, and this is good territory for Kyron Farrell, isn't it?
Yeah, this has got Kyron Farrell's left foot written all over it.
Just in front of the Monafs board there, the Kyron Farrell, obviously big supporters of the football club. Monafs, lovely Indian place in Hampton, and Pizza Forenzi also in Hampton. Again, restaurants, help the restaurants, local restaurants out if you can.
All doing takeaways, which is
all doing takeaways,
at the current time.
Yeah, fill your boots, I would say, Matt, wouldn't you? Fill your boots on that, and help the local guys out and the supporters of the clubs. Supporters of non-league football club, because again, the fact that they help non-league football clubs, them, the Jolly Coopers, Burt Cycles, Hampton Bathrooms, onside football coaching, all of them have in recent weeks. Wicks as well. Yeah. They've all helped the football club, and yeah, it's a difficult time for all businesses, and especially them. And fair play to them, and we do appreciate their support. And we hope that you, as fans or anyone, in the local area, might help those out. So we're up to 618, which I think might be our highest number, so that people are tuning in here for the last 35 minutes of this clash between Hampton and Richmond Borough and the Bath City. And Kyron Farrell swings the ball into the box, and that's not bad, and it looked like it was going to sneak through to Dean Inman. Sam Cox is going to go for goal, and it's a great block from the Bath City defender, and Cole Brown's put the ball back, but not quite in the right place, and it's an attack for Bath City now, but that's well won back, header-wise from Cole Brown, and the ball bounces, and it looks like it was a nudge on Sam Deadfield there, I thought, and the referee's, well, I think he has fouled him eventually, but it wasn't the first foul on Sam Deadfield, Matt.
Yeah, it looked like it to me. That's unfortunate for the Beavers, that is, because we're
Ben Morton's bought some bourbons here. Or is it Matt?
No, I sneaked them out from
the boardroom.
From the boardroom.
From the delegation.
Yeah.
Boardroom.
In fact, I think it's time to get these
I think it's time, Matt. Bourbon or custard cream on the chat. What do you prefer?
Bourbon or custard cream?
Bourbon
Come on.
or custard cream, and then.
For me, it's a custard cream.
Custard cream for Matt. I think he might be right there. Anyway, this is a good game of football here with Ryan Gondo now getting a bit of space and time. Jake Gray on the right-hand side, but Gondo's just going to lay it back and then maybe try and ask. That's the ball to no one in particular from Cole Brown. But I tell you what, look at Sam Deadfield straight on it. Brilliant tackle from Sam Deadfield, and in the box, David Fisher. But Sam Deadfield, and that's well defended there. But Jake Gray is going to swing the ball in. Unfortunately, it's well blocked by. That's the number 17 again.
Yeah.
I would 19. Grant Horton.
Grant Horton
has done extremely well.
Grant Horton's done a good game.
Horton's been there and everywhere, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
And then a foul by David Fisher. Over exuberance from the youngster was led to a yellow card for the young lad. But I've seen a lot. I've been impressed with him.
Yeah, Horton.
I've been at Horton making his debut from
good.
Cheltenham, on loan from Cheltenham, which is not too far away from Bath. They were managed by Gary Johnson. I got that completely
Number 7, Frankie Artis, I think, is just getting to his feet, hobbling.
I think it was a late tackle.
Right,
and it was a foul. It was a late foul, and I think I think I would argue I would say that Grant Horton has been there and everywhere.
We have 4 votes
Played
in.
For Chippenham last year.
4 votes in, and it's 3-1 to Bourbons.
Is it?
Which
controversial.
That's a shocker. That is. Come on. There's custard creams all the way, guys.
Frankie Artis. He's just getting up. Oh, he's more. And the keeper Ryan Clark, who's looked fairly solid, apart from one sort of. I wouldn't even say it was a flap. That would be unfair on him. But yeah, so he's
600,
good.
637.
637, and one member of the community that have helped the Beaver Boxes campaign so far is the Waitrose, the little Waitrose in Hampton. But anyway, as I say that, Bath City have got a chance here, and this is dangerous. And that's well saved by Alan Julian. He hasn't kept hold of it, but fortunately the rebound from Donovan Wilson looked like he had a very good chance there. But it's fair to say, skied it and shanked it wide. But yeah, so thank you very, very much for Waitrose in Hampton for their excellent help with the Christmas Beaver Boxes and their donations. Much appreciated. Another member of the community stepping up in these difficult times.
Here we go. We've got a few more custard creams.
A few more custard creams in there. Well, I'm going to have a bloody custard cream now. Matt, call this for the next couple of minutes while I've got the custard minute or so.
Yeah, no, you go for it,
I
Seb.
tell you what, Rui Donaldson, they're on the attack now, the Beavers. And David Fisher looked like he was going to sneak through on goal, didn't he? Anyway, I'm going to have this custard cream, Matt. You crack on.
You fill your boots of your. God, you got the whole lot. The whole lot has gone in there. Wow, that is impressive, Seb White. Well, I never. Seb, I'll pass over to you. Sorry, that was a hospital pass if ever I've seen one. Sorry about that. Back to the field of play. Throw in for Bath City. Bath City, I cannot actually see who's got the ball over the far side there, but it's good play and it's a good tackle by Sam Cox.
Sam Cox.
Yeah,
Let's not forget,
he's
not played all season. And
he's not played all
as fit as
season.
You can be.
Exactly.
You still don't have that match sharpness.
No, the guy is one of the fittest, if not the fittest, in the Hampton squad. And
I saw the players do the bleep test in the summer, and he came out on top.
He's incredibly fit. I mean, to come back and play, what was he, 60 minutes?
It made me feel very inconsequential. Very inconsequential. That's a great header from Cole Brown. Well played.
Well done, Cole.
It made me feel very, very overweight, Matt.
Made you feel overweight.
Insecure.
Insecure.
I saw Sam Cox absolutely got up to level 20, I think, and he could have carried on, but he stopped because everyone. But no, what a. Anyone that follows Sam Cox on Instagram will see that he's a fine specimen of a man. That's a great tackle from Miles Anderson, and it needed to be. But Bath City are through on goal here, and it's gone across. But they've got the rebound. That's great tackle block from Miles Anderson, and Rui Donaldson has had to win the ball there, because if he didn't,
he's won it twice.
He's won it twice there. It had to be that though, didn't it?
Well, that is absolutely fantastic play by Rui Donaldson.
I'll be honest, mate, Rui Donaldson's man of the match for me so far.
That is, well. It's brilliant.
I was going to say Radio Beaver, but it's HRBFC Live on this occasion. Man of the match so far for me is
he's had a good game. He's
actually. Do you know what we're going to do today? Let's do something different. When it gets to 80 minutes, I want every one of you who've been watching, put your man of the match on there, and we'll work it out, and we'll give the man of the match from the viewers, because you're watching this game as well.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah,
the viewers man of the match.
Viewers man
of the match. But anyway, Bath City on the attack, and that's a goal.
No, it's offside.
It's offside. No, it's not an offside. It's a foul. It was a push on Miles Anderson.
I think that's a Hampton leading to one side. That is the right decision.
Not too many complaints on Bath City either.
No, that was the right decision. He pulled at his shirt.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah.
Cool. But yes, once again, what a game, end to end.
I tell you what, Seb. I'm not sure. I'm genuinely not sure which way I'd call this one. This could genuinely go
this shows
either way.
you the FOTMob app in action, and this is because their information is supplied by obviously people here.
Yeah.
Whoever's pressed the button, goal. It's just come up goal for Bath City, and and that just shows how quick and reactive the FOTMob app is. That isn't it's relied on data. Actually, Dave Reese, my producer and technical wizard, has made a very, very good point. Perhaps we should do the man of the match thing as a Twitter poll, rather than
that's a good idea.
Obviously, someone's going to
look at that.
Someone's going to have to
challenge
count
by
all
Fisher.
the votes up.
Let's do that.
So on 75 minutes, me and Matt will select. I don't know how many players.
Well, let's do our. We'll
me and Matt would select two players from each side.
Yeah.
And you fill your boots for 15 minutes, and then we'll announce the winner at the end. Good point from Dave Reese and Ben Morton. So one of many things that Ben Morton's very good at. We'll take care of the Twitter poll, and we'll go from there. But yes. Who knows? There's a chance for someone to make themselves a hero in this game, isn't there, Matt? Because what have we got? 26, 27, 28 minutes.
Still a long. I mean, if you
there's a long way. You can see Conway scoring. You could see Wilson scoring. There's a chance for someone to make themselves a hero.
Gondo and Fisher are both capable of getting a goal up top for Hampton as well.
Because I don't think there's going to be many goals in this game.
No, this has got.
Because this is two very good teams. Yeah. Cancelling each other out a little bit. Charlie mentioned it at half-time, didn't he?
You do get the feeling, though, Seb, that there is a goal in this. I think it's fair to say. I mean, it's 0-0, but to me, this game has got a goal in it, and I would not like to call to which side.
Go on, and then as you say that, Ryan Gondo's through on goal, but it's well defended by the defender. That's superb defending, and he's won the foul
incredibly well there.
And that is the number 17. Is that not Hornton again? Yeah. No, that's Will Dean, the midfielder. Will Dean. Yeah. That is incredible defending.
To pull off that bit of skill in his own penalty box whilst defending an attack from the opposition is pretty impressive by Will Dean there.
Well done, midfield, great midfield play. And again, good play. I don't think anyone's made a massive, made too many errors. No one's made too many errors in the final third. I think it's Sam Cox, obviously the wild skew. Not Sam Cox, Sam Deadfield. Sorry, Sam. The other Cox. Look at that for a header. I mean, I've seen referees give that though. But we haven't seen too many. It's been good defending on the whole, hasn't it, Matt? Let's be honest.
Yeah, it has.
We haven't. Apart from that Sam Deadfield one, I don't think there's been too many wild snatches at goal or Good blocking, good defending and it's Hampton Richmond's turn now to defend and be good at defending. Because Bath City on the attack, and that's a hell of a shot, and it's spilled by Alan Julian, but the resulting follow-through from Tommy Conway was offside. But for a split second, Matt, I thought that was in.
Yeah, it did look it, didn't it?
Because and Alan Julian doesn't normally spill stuff if it doesn't need to be spilled.
No, when a ball cannons off Alan Julian, you know that he's in a spot of bother. So, good stop, really, I suppose. But another warning sign for Hampton.
Tell you what, either team can win this game. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. We are all set for this final 25 minutes of what has been a decent game. Two decent players. Two decent sets of players in this condition.
Hampton throw on the far side.
And we, I tell you where there is one person watching. I'll tell you in a minute after this attack from Hampton and Richmond. But I've just got a picture from a very good friend of Hampton and Richmond Borough Football Club. A photographer and the referee. What's the referee going to give there? I thought he was going to do that. It's almost too easy to give that.
You're always going to give that.
Matt, I'm just showing Matt a picture here. We've got someone watching the game. Photographer for
well, I never.
Jed, lives just around the corner.
Yep.
He's ready in position to take a picture of Spurs v Man City. But whilst he's waiting for that game to kick off, he is watching us on his laptop. That's brilliant, isn't it? That's brilliant.
That is good.
Jed, thank you very much for that picture.
He's one of our 683.
683. We might let's do 700.
Come on,
if
guys.
If you're watching this now
Text
and
your
you're
mates.
enjoying it, text your mates, tweet, say it's decent. Because do you know what? There's going to be a winner here. With 20 minutes to go, hopefully, someone's going to win this because both teams are going for it. Both teams
forward.
are not shy. And Ryan Gondo's going to try and go through there.
He's elbowed him.
I don't know, Matt. I don't know.
No, maybe not. I mean, he's fallen over as if he has. It looked.
That's a good look at that. Is that Rui Donaldson?
Yeah, of
tackle
course
again?
it was. Yeah.
But anyway, let's try and get over 700. Come on. Help us out there. Put it out on Twitter. Put it out on social media. Look at Sam Cox. Brilliant tackle from Sam Cox.
That looked like an elbow. I mean, he's gone down, but
no, I tell you what.
By virtue of how quick he got back up. Perhaps it does look like
what has happened there, Matt. It's just great defending.
Yeah,
I have to say that's just great defending.
Yeah, Bath have defended well today.
Maybe not necessarily great, experienced defending. We've seen our players do that, and I think Ryan Gondo there just had to be you've got to be a little bit cuter, I think, because if you run a bit into someone and try and get something, then you might get something. But why not try and run round them?
Yeah. 5 and 6 for Bath have actually had good.
Oh, the two defenders. Oh, the captain. Well, Jack Batten and number 6 is the captain. No, Dan Ball.
Dan Ball's played well.
And Grant Horton.
We have hit 700.
We have hit 700.
703.
To Matt before the game. How many do you want? 750. And look, it's not all about the numbers, but we would have 700 in here today.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you know what? This is the crowd on YouTube, but we're replicating what would be in the bed.
And we've got a GoFundMe. We've got a GoFundMe that we can use for any donations.
Yeah, if you want to, and you don't, we're proud of the coverage, but if you do want to contribute to what you feel has been a decent set of coverage, then Hampton HRBFC Live, and there's a donation page on there. But we'll stop there now because Jake Gray's on the right-hand side. He cuts inside in the penalty box, lays it off to David Fisher, who shoots, but it's defended again. Great defending from Bath City.
Yeah,
great defending.
Great defending.
Great attack.
Putting their bodies on the line
this
again.
This is a good game of football, this. Great tackle from Kyron Farrell, and it had to be, but the resulting clearance means that Dean Inman's going to have to deal with this. Oh, and he didn't, and that's a great save. What? Incredible save. That's the best save I've seen Alan Julian make this season, and it needed to be.
Fantastic.
Because Tommy Conway?
Good ball by Donaldson.
And look at this end to end. This is furious pace. Sam Deadfield shoots, and it looked like they hit the hand of the Bath City defender. But I think it would have been hard,
ball to hand.
But what we got there in the space of 90 seconds, three very great attacks. But I tell you what a save from Alan Julian.
Fantastic.
Alan Julian has kept Hampton and Richmond Borough in that game.
And we shouldn't underestimate how good that tackle was from Dean Inman because he had to go to ground.
He had to go to ground and just deflect the ball.
Yeah, he was running.
Incredible work from Tommy Conway, I think, to still get a shot off, and it wasn't a bad shot. He has tried to put that to the... That is Alan Julian, in my opinion, the best save he's made this season.
It's a very, very good save.
I would think.
Showing his experience, stood tall, and didn't go to ground, and a great
he's kept the Beavers in that. He's kept the Beavers in it. Fantastic work.
Hampton 0.
But yes,
Bath
if you do want
0.
to donate, HRBFC Live, we've got a donation page on there. I can tell you now that every single penny of that money will go to helping something at the club. Now, it might be something as boring as our lock broke the other day, so we have to buy a new lock. I mean, little things like this. This is an old traditional stadium, and it creaks and does all this, and sometimes we have to fix things. And obviously, with no fans at the moment, we haven't got the money to fix these things. So, honestly, I can tell you now, if you donate to hrbfc.live, that money will be spent on something that we need to do.
Oh, that's a foul. There's a sponsor link on there, is that right?
There is, yeah. HRBFC Live and then donate. And then,
donate,
or if you want to donate to our Christmas Beaver Box campaign, please do that. And then that will help people as well. So it will, one way or another. And I think David Fisher's race is run. And what a fantastic performance from the young man
well
today.
played by Fisher.
And he will
looks
come
like
on.
Carvalho,
and
I think.
Carvalho's going to come on.
Yeah, the stadium announcer getting David's Christian name wrong.
We didn't tell her, to be fair, Matt. We didn't. Yeah, no one's told her, to be fair. Annie is very diligent, and that was probably my fault for not passing on the information. Anyway,
Blame
Wilson Carvalho has come onto the pitch, and that means we're going to have some pace up front in the last 20 minutes of this decent game of football. And
really, really good second half.
Yeah,
really good second half.
Is the feed? Oh, no. Sorry, I thought the feed had frozen, but it's a fantastic graphic across. But there's Sam Cox, and let's not forget, Sam Cox hasn't played any football, but before I say that, Tommy Conway's on the break. He shoots, and it looked like it had gone in, because it hit the back of the net, but it hit the net from the other side, and I'll be honest, Matt, I wasn't too sure.
We've got now. If there's one player that does not go down and stay down, it's Dean Inman.
And he's just returned. Obviously, this is his first game back since his hamstring. I think
he's gone down very heavily there.
Matt, let's just discuss that. Because remember, let's just discuss that that chance for Tommy Conway had the goal there. He's had to hit it wide, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. I mean, it was he's done that off the back of pressure from Dean Inman, I think. But from here, it looked like it had actually hit the back of the net.
Because it hit the ball behind and then rolled on the back and then hit the back of the net. So it looked like Bath City had taken the lead again. And that's not the first time we've said that in the last few minutes, Matt, because they had a very good chance and an amazing Alan Julian save. Dean Inman looks like he's in some bother here, though. So
I'm a little bit.
If you're a Hampton Richmond Borough persuasion, you might.
It's his ankle, I think, Seb, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it might be. But I tell you what, that was a chance, and I think we're looking at chances from both teams now. I'm still pretty amazed that this game is 0-0.
This has been a really exciting second half of
both
football.
teams have gone for it.
Both teams, This is this is all or nothing for both teams. You can tell. Both teams want to win this game. This is not a. Neither are going to settle for a point, that's for sure, and it makes for a really exciting last 20 minutes. But
is that how long we got?
Yeah, we're on 71, so still plenty of time to go.
I think Dean.
709 watchers. I think we've hit the dizzy heights of where we were before. Dean looks like, and he's just walking off the pitch quite gingerly here, but he does not look particularly comfortable for me.
No, I think Christian Smith on the bench.
Yeah, he's hobbling off.
I can't see the neon light up on the subs board, but I imagine Christian, if anyone's going to come off, I don't know. Saying that, I know. We shall find out, Matt. We shall find out. The time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anyone that's going to get back on that pitch, I mean, there's two people that we're going to get back on. One's not playing today, and that's Charlie Wassmer.
Yeah,
and the second is Dean Inman.
I don't think he's going to come back on, Matt. I don't know, unless he's moving towards more the centre, or maybe no. I don't think he's.
He doesn't.
I don't know. He's still. Gary's having a chat with Gary, so we'll. I don't know. No, he's coming back on the pitch, Matt. He's coming back on the pitch. In the will he or won't he saga, Dean Inman is going to come back onto the pitch, and that is.
It's a goal kick for Hampton.
Once they take the goal kick, and Alan Julian's going to take that now and hits it long and high, and Dean Inman's back on the pitch for everyone, and Ryan Gondo.
Gondo's been sandwiched there.
He has been sandwiched, and the referee has given a free kick.
I don't know whether he has.
Has he given it for a head injury?
Yeah, I think we might see a drop ball here.
But
yeah, Dean is still limping, Seb. He doesn't look.
I don't know if it's the ankle. I think it is the hamstring, mate. I think it, but like I said, if anyone's going to stay on, but Ryan Gondo is just going to have to. He's going to have to go off now because those physio's gone on. I mean, he hasn't anyway.
Yeah.
It has to be mentioned. It was 73 minutes into this game, and Sam Cox is still on the pitch. He hasn't had a game of football, competitive football, this season.
Yeah,
and
it's a testimony to Sam.
That just shows
really.
everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't it? In a couple of minutes, we're going to put a Twitter poll up. Ben's going to get that ready in a minute. Matt, I would say from the Hampton Richmond Borough perspective, I'm definitely going to stick Rui Donaldson.
Are we doing one each per team?
I'm saying Rui Donaldson should be one of the options for the Beavers. So you're going to have to go
see
with
this
someone else.
passage of play. Yeah, give me a split second just to...
Look at that lovely
play
touch
by
from Sam Deadfield just then. See that, the way he just took it on top of his boot. And it goes, it's not a great kick, and Hampton Richmond Borough have somehow let that sneak through, which is not the best thing. But anyway, Matt, pick your player from the Beavers as it isn't Rui Donaldson to go in our Twitter poll.
Yeah, you've just picked the one I was going to go for obvious reasons, Seb. I think that Kyron Farrell's had a really good game at left back, I have to say.
Stick him in.
I think he's played well. He's been slightly quieter this half than he was in the first half, but I thought he played really well. I mean, for me, it's out of Farrell, and I think Sam Cox has done well in the middle.
Well, it's up to you, Matt. It's your choice. Go. I'll tell you what.
I'm going to go Coxey.
Coxey for the fact
Sam
he's still
Cox.
on the pitch. And
he's still on the pitch, and he's
Coxey and Donaldson for them. Bath City, I'm definitely going to go Horton for me. Grant Horton, number 19, defensively.
Yeah, Horton. Who was the fella that I thought was playing very well? It was Frankie Artis, number 7 in midfield for.
So that is going to be on our Twitter now.
Yeah, I think he's had a good game.
Twitter, sorry. That's going to be on our Twitter now, a Twitter poll.
Blimey.
That Ben Morton's going to put.
That's one for the bloopers.
So we're going to have Rui Donaldson, Sam Cox, Grant Horton and Frankie Artis for the HRBFC Live Viewers Man of the Match. And if you don't agree that one of your players or you think one of the best players is on there, then
whack it on the chat.
It won't make any difference because we made our decision and the judge's decision is final and me and Matt are the judges on this occasion. Anyway, we have got 15 minutes of an enthralling second half here left. Dean Inman's still on the pitch and it's a good header. He's limping a little bit, but I think he's going to try and see this one out. But anyway,
I think if I'm second guessing here, Seb, but I think it might actually be a cut rather than a muscular thing. I could be wrong. It's definitely his thigh area, contrary to what I said earlier on when I said it was his ankle.
Just a quick one though, Matt. Look at the Bev from this distance here. Doesn't it look lovely?
It looks great. Yeah.
If you can see it on the camera. You won't be able to see it actually. Unfortunately, the floodlights. We've got the trees with the leaves falling off in autumn. We're coming into winter, aren't we? And the floodlights are.
Yeah, it does.
The floodlights are on. Football's always a bit better under the floodlights, anyway, isn't it? Whatever ground you're at.
Yeah.
Good floodlights actually. That's one thing that Twerton Park's got. What fantastic floodlights they have. Old proper, real ones straight out of the 70s. I think the ones at Twerton Park. But yeah, so and also what we will be doing for the Man of the Match, this game is the main feature game for the National League paper, and so the Man of the Match that man of the match that we choose on the Twitter poll we'll pass it on to Rob, who will choose that game. But there's Bath City have got a free kick now. Yes, so get the non-league paper tomorrow because there'll be pictures and from this decent match. It's a 0-0, Matt. But it's another good 0-0 for me.
It's a good 0-0.
No, actually, I think it is as enthralling as the second half has been very good.
The second half's been great. I still think there's a goal in this. I really do. I mean, Alan Julian's pulled off a cracking save a few minutes ago, and the Beavers look dangerous in attack as well. I genuinely think there is a. And Dean Inman's gone down.
Dean Inman's going off now. Dean Inman is going to go off now, and while we wait for that, let's not forget HamptonFC.net. We are running an auction for the match-worn shirts from our historic first-round FA Cup game against Oldham Athletic. They have the match details on. They have the FA Cup patch on. They have they have a poppy on as well, and we've got an auction that's running at the moment. HamptonFC.net, and there's a news item on there that will take you to auctions 32. I think it's /HRBFC.
Correct.
And there's 20 shirts.
32 auction, I think it was.
32 auctions.
HRBFC.
Yeah. And there's the match on auction. All the proceeds will go towards a football club, but also 10% will go towards the Poppy Factory, which is based, actually, if you didn't know, this is a little fact for you. The original Poppy Factory is based in, or a Poppy Factory, is based in Richmond, just past the bridge. I've actually visited it before, and they do amazing work. And it's obviously, of course they do, and they help the veterans of various conflicts and various means and ability. So
it's actually 32 auctions, as in 32auctions.com /HRBFC.
So yes, get involved in that. And also, if you go on to Hampton FC and you're feeling really generous, then buy a beaver box, a Christmas beaver box, to help those less fortunate than us. So, but Hampton and Richmond Borough have made a substitution there, and on comes Christian Smith for Dean Inman. I hope that doesn't mean Dean's out for too long, because he's just come back. Obviously, it's his first game back since the Oldham game, and
yeah, it looked to me like it was an impact injury of some description, but
we shall find out. We'll speak to Gary after the game and try and find out. That'll be on our Twitter page.
Well done,
we'll try and
Miles
speak
Anderson.
to Gary after the game. Maybe. Do you want to go?
Yeah, we'll try and get a player.
We'll try and get stay on for post-match interviews from the pair. But let's see.
Well done, Cole Brown.
What will they be talking about in this exciting game?
That's
Hampton
a
and
foul.
Richmond Borough versus the Bath City. I mean,
Great play by Cole Brown there.
It's good play by Cole Brown. He's been good. He's been very good. And again, wasn't probably expecting to be playing the full 90 minutes, because he will be now. We've made 3 subs, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've made 3 subs, and so has Sam Cox. And in an ideal world, I don't think Gary McCann would have wanted them to play the full 90, but they're going to. Kyron Farrell, not about 5 yards in front of us here, about to take this free kick with 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes remaining of this enthralling second half. We've really enjoyed it. Hope you have too. And thanks very much for listening. 725 of you watching at the moment. Are you going to see a goal? Ball swung into Kyron Farrell. Christian Smith a little head, and it looked like it might drop towards Rui Donaldson.
Good defending again. Good defending again from Bath.
It is good. It is good defending. It is good defending.
They've weathered the storms. The entire game. I've been impressed.
They have. I think, Matt. Sometimes the defences come out on top, don't they? And it's looking like that way in this game. But yes, go on our Twitter to HRBFC for the man of the match poll. The throw-in is thrown in. Good defending again by Bath City, and cleared again by Bath City. And that's well done by Tommy Conway to hold the ball up. And Bath City now will attack. They won't, because Cole Brown's done a good tackle there. Well played, Cole Brown. Well done. And that is good play by the number 7, Frankie Artis, who's one of the selections for man of the match by Matt Glue on our Twitter poll on @HRBFC. Sam Cox has skewed it, and shall we say, a bit of rustiness there from the centre midfielder. But you know what? He's got it clear. So right in front of us, a throw in here. The number 6 for Bath City. And he's done well, actually. The number 4 for Bath,
4's looked good.
Tom Smith. I think I would have maybe had another sniff on there. But that's
a good ball.
Lovely ball. And Kyron Farrell's had to chase back here now. And Bath City cut inside. And it's a good tackle by Sam Cox, but still got the ball, Bath City. And that's well played by Kyron Farrell.
He was looking for that.
And Cole Brown's going to attack now. And this is what Cole Brown, he's not normally a right back, or hasn't played right back normally for the Beavers. But unfortunately, he's given the ball away. And it's number 6 for Bath City, Dan Ball, who's going to attack. And number 14, that's good tackle. He's won the ball back now.
Well done, Cole Brown.
I thought Ryan Gondo was going to get his feet on the end of that. Just evaded Ryan Gondo's left boot there. But I'll tell you what, neither team are giving up still. What a game this is. What a game. And
I tell you, that was a couple of excellent passages of play there by Cole Brown.
Cole Brown,
he's a fair play to him. He's had a good game.
He's had a very good game, hasn't he, Cole Brown?
Yeah.
And do you know what? He just offers you that little bit more than Imran Uche, just in terms of going forward, because he's naturally a winger,
correct.
isn't he?
He's got more of an attacking.
But well played, Cole Brown. Yeah. Well played. I've been impressed with him today, and well played, Sam Cox. Is it time now? As one of these players on this pitch at the Chris Sweet Beveree Stadium with 8 minutes to go, are one of these players going to be a hero? Is one of these players going to be a hero? It's been a very good second half. Really enjoyed it, and thanks very much for joining us. We might make 750 here, which would make my day, if I'm honest. It's not like we get paid for it or anything, but I'm just glad so many people are watching National League and non-league football. The linesman had no hesitation in not putting his flag up there, but Tommy Conway certainly thought he should have done.
He was very, very close to the edge of the box there.
Let's just say it was close, and then that would have obviously been a red card, and he would have been off. But anyway, he isn't, and the game continues as normal. And look at that header from the big number 5, Jack Batten, who's also played well. And Cole Brown's done extremely well there. Superb play from Cole Brown. And that's it looked like it might just fall in front of Wilson Carvalho, and it just didn't drop as kindly as we wanted.
Cole Brown again.
Cole Brown. So. But anyway, he's got to have to defend here now, because that's my goodness. And that's well played and well cleared by Christian
if I'm
Smith.
redoing that Twitter poll.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Perhaps we called that a little bit too early at 75
But
minutes.
what a game, what an end to this game. Neither team want to just take a point here. Neither team want to do this. There's absolutely no question about it. And is there an argument here that Bath look a little bit fresher Given they haven't played a game for 14 days.
Yeah,
Is there an argument?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the case,
Yeah.
but
they look like they I think they look like they've got a little bit more in the tank right
a little bit more.
So Lino has just shouted at the Bath
I
keeper
think
in
this
terms of
is-
how much is left. Was that 6 minutes plus around 5 injury? Is the
You've got to be strong now, Beavers. You've got to be strong. We came unstuck on a free kick in a similar position the other night here, and that was with Christian Smith and Miles Anderson in centre defence. So we've got to be strong.
742 viewers said.
We nearly get 750.
We've got to hit 750.
We'll get 750, and then we'll have a celebratory drink after the game. Anyway, Bath City swings the ball in, and the Beavers have got to be strong, and Kyron Farrell is strong. Miles Anderson has won the ball, and Bath City and the ball's bobbling about, and that's Miles Anderson, who's played extremely well there on both occasions, and he's cleared the ball. Ryan Gondo, and that's a chance now. Well played, Miles Anderson. But
that was a heart-in-mouth moment.
Heart-in-mouth moment there.
There
was a lot of legs.
Yeah.
There was a lot of legs, and there was a lot of balls. There was a lot of ball ping-pong, and there was a lot of legs. And Christian Smith hits it long towards Wilson Carvalho, but he's going to have to get the burners on here. And he has got the burners on and retained the
Good ball
possession.
by Smith.
Plays the ball back to Ryan Gondo. This is a chance for the Beavers. I wonder if he was going to put it in. He's going to try.
It's a penalty. It's a penalty.
It's a penalty.
It's a penalty to Hampton.
Ryan Gondo. I don't.
I have to say.
I have to say. Mind you,
you're going to say what I'm going to say. That looked quite soft to me.
But Matt, look at it on there. I mean, the referee had no hesitation.
No, he.
I'll be honest,
Gondo's.
Matt, look. Are there any people crowding the referee? Is the referee anyone crowding the referee?
It's a good point. I mean,
I'm not saying you're going to. I mean, we've mentioned.
It wasn't. Okay, let me read. That was not a Stonewall penalty.
No, I don't.
Okay, but I think. I mean,
we were close. They were closer than me. So
Sam Deadfield.
Sam Deadfield is going to take this. He scored the penalty against Oldham, but this is he going to be the hero in this game? Is he going to be the hero in this game? It's definitely quiet. There's no fans here. It's too quiet. I'm the only person talking. I'm going to be quiet in a minute and just let the action unfold. Sam Deadfield about to take this penalty when he had the referee's whistle blow. And it's gone right in the corner. Sam Deadfield puts the Beavers up 1-0 Hampton and Richmond. Sam Deadfield with a penalty in the 85th minute. And that is hard work.
I said there was a goal in this set.
You did say there was a goal in it. And I tell you what, Matt, that's a fantastic penalty.
Fantastic.
I tell you what, Ryan Clark's gone the right way.
He's gone the right way, but the pace and the direction of that penalty kick has just made it out of the reach of the keeper.
The Beavers have taken the lead with 5 minutes to go.
5 minutes to go, 1-0.
What I will say is Bath City have been very dangerous on the attack, and like I said to them, they haven't had a game for 14 days. They're going to have a bit more juice in the tank, now they're going to have to throw everything at it.
This is going to be a really exciting. 753 viewers.
753. So that's so well done, Sam Deadfield. And the game has been decided by a penalty kick. The game hasn't been decided by a penalty kick yet. There's a long time to go. What I meant to say was, a penalty kick has put this game very much in Hampton and Richmond Borough's control. But
one thing I would say is, and I think we touched on it just then, I wouldn't rule out Bath. I mean, they've come straight. Yeah, they've come straight back out.
Look at them. Look, they're on the attack now, and here we go.
Straight on the attack, and
because they can throw it now.
Yeah,
because they've been decent in attack without having to. And now
full credit to Bath this game. They've given this a really good go, and they're not going to.
I tell you one thing you have to say as well, because sometimes it can go the other way. If you miss something. Miss 14 games or miss 3 games, match sharpness and stuff like that. We've seen none of that from Bath City. This has been a very good performance from players who have not played football for 14 days. Full credit to them.
I completely agree.
And they've contributed to a fantastic game. And who's to say they might not nick something or get an equaliser? Because this game is far from over. We've still got 4 minutes left, I think, of this game.
We've got 4 left, but we've got a good 4 or 5 minutes of injury time.
There's been a lot, hasn't there?
Muir and
Inman.
Inman.
He said there was
the Lino said 4 or 5, I think.
So we have got a long time left. And thank you very much for listening. Whether you're Hampton and Richmond, whether you're Bath City, whether you're neither of the two, whether you're just a fan of football and you're in Chicago, anywhere. All these places that we mentioned in this game.
Credit to Gary as well, bringing on Gondo. Because I must admit, when Muir obviously didn't come out for the second half, the obvious player to bring on was Minas, I would say, Seb.
Very true, actually. But stretch it.
Gary's.
Cole Brown hasn't won that, and they're through on goal here, Bath City, and that's in. Oh no, it's not.
It's gone wide.
I'm sorry, I called that. I called that too early. I called that early if you're a Bath City.
Well,
fan. But from our angle, we are dead behind that, and that is
That is
if we're going to say flashed across the goal,
that's a let-off for the Beavers.
Yeah,
there's
maybe
no doubt
the
about
Hampton
that.
Richmond Borough fan in me came out there, and I was trying to preempt my disappointment.
That
was a chance, and I think if you're a Bath City fan,
I was just about to say that.
Tom Mayhew's got to hit the target, though, hasn't he?
He has.
Let's be honest.
He has.
Let's be honest, Matt. Tom Mayhew's got to hit the target.
Yeah, that is a glorious opportunity for the Romans there, and it's a let off for the Beavers.
It's a let off for the Beavers, and it definitely shows that there's still something in this game, doesn't it? Still something in this game. No doubt about it. But at present, Hampton and Richmond Borough have scored their first goal against Bath City in 500, and I'm trying to get my maths right here. It was 450 before the game, so it's about 540 minutes. The Beavers have scored their first goal. What's 450 plus 85? Come on, Matt, you're a banker.
535, is it?
Yeah, I think so. So the duck has been broken, and I think that I'm glad that that's a stat that we can consign to history. But another stat that Gary wanted to consign to history was that Hampton hadn't won out of their first 3 games at home this season. At the moment,
and
those 3 points are in our bag, but there's absolutely no way that they're secure because there's a lot left of this game.
There's a lot left, and if I'm not mistaken,
I say lot,
Bath have still got substitutes to make as well.
Let's be honest, Bath are going to have a chance because the way they've played this game suggests they would. But the Beavers are going to kick the ball long, but 5 minutes of injury time, so there's plenty of time for Bath City here now. That's a foul there. The referee has not agreed with it, but there's 5 minutes of play to go. And this is squeaky bum time if you're a Hampton Richmond fan, and heart in the mouth time if you're a Bath City fan. And the Romans are on the attack here. Sam Cox, great tackle from Sam Cox. What a touch from Sam Cox. And Ryan Gondo's going to, and it's a good tackle that.
Just overrun
What's
that.
a good Frankie Artis.
Frankie Artis again. I think he's had
casual and cool and calm.
He's a good
Even
player.
at this frantic nature and pace of this game. What a game this is, and this is not over by any stretch of the mind. Look how fast Wilson Carvalho's running. That's going to go all the way to Alan Julian, and he's going to take his time on that.
He's going to fall on the ball. The classic.
Can we just say thank you once again to every single person that has watched this feed? I cannot believe that 750 people have watched this feed. I'm made up. I'm really pleased. I'm really proud of the team that have put this on. Dave Rees, Jason, Aaron, Archie George, Mark George, Matt to side of me, Ben Wharton behind me, and it's just brilliant. Thank you very much. And this game has not finished, but at the
we've been
moment,
asked how much Fergie time. It was 5 minutes, probably 4 to play, I would say now.
Yeah, 4 to play. So just thank you very much. And do you know what? Tell your mates, because we're going to be back again on the 5th of December against St Albans, and it's free. It's free. But if you want to donate, HRBFC Live donation page there. Or buy a shirt from the club shop. That's available from our website as well. Because the shirt does look good, doesn't it, Matt? Especially with that Foot Mob sponsor.
Yeah,
but anyway, the Romans are going to keep going here, but looks like the ball's going to go straight out. And that's the first time, I would say, the number 6, Dan Ball's put the ball out.
Yeah, he's just pulled that
Well,
bit.
at this moment, you're snatching at stuff, aren't you? But, Matt, it's been. Let's just from a Hampton and Richmond Borough perspective, this has definitely been a reaction to what was a very, very disappointing result on Tuesday night and performance.
Yeah.
This has been a much better performance, but I have to say, credit to the visitors as well. It's been a good game of football.
Yeah, it's been a good game of football. Good reaction. We're still, dare I say it, Seb, we are not firing on all cylinders. There's no doubt about that. But a reaction,
not in the final third.
In the final third, in defence, absolutely. In the final third,
look at that tackle from Rui Donaldson, my man of the match for me.
He's had a great game, Rui.
Yeah, and look at that again. What a
fantastic.
Sorry, I'm getting excited there, but the Hampton Richmond Borough fan in me.
Kyron Farrell was a good play.
At least I didn't swear unlike a certain Mr. Morton who sat behind.
Yeah, here we go. We're through.
But we're through. Hampton and Richmond Borough 4-on-2 here. 4-on-2. Kyron Farrell, I tell you what, it's a bit of a hospital pass for. Oh no, it's not actually.
He's
too far away. But Wilson Carvalho is going to take it to the corner. Maybe.
Never a fan of this.
No, I'm not a fan.
No, it's too early for that. As I won't use the word you used before.
Last time I said that, it was too early for that. Something else. But
I think you.
But what are we on now? So we're 93 minutes. There's still 2 minutes of this game left. There's plenty of time for Bath City.
Yeah.
There's plenty of time for Bath City to score, and they're on the counter attack here. The ball's hit long. It's going to be Miles Anderson who deals with it.
Another good game from Miles.
Miles Anderson, that is fantastic for Miles Anderson.
Yeah.
Well done, sir. You've had a great game. And Wilson Carvalho has broken free. I don't know if he's going to keep it in the corner this time because we've got Sam Deadfield on the edge of the box. That's a foul. Oh, I thought the referee was going to give it the other way. But
I
that's
did
an
too.
Important.
Carvalho's done
free
well.
kick.
He's done really well.
He's done really well there.
Yeah.
Matt, what's the chat saying? Can I just say, yeah.
We've had some really good feedback on the stream.
Good, that's good. That's fine.
The main,
I hope we have
the
been
main
impartial
thing.
and honest.
On behalf of Bath City supporters, despite the result, it's been a quality stream from Hampton and Richmond. Enjoyed your commentary. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
That
and
is.
You know what that makes it for me.
I love that sort of comment. Thank you.
It does.
We really
what a
appreciate
shame.
that.
I'd love to be going into Hammond's Bar now with some Bath City fans and just having a pint, because that's the thing about non-league football. If you are watching this and haven't been to non-league football, when you can, go, because it's just such good fun, and the fans are great, and people are great, and the volunteers are great. And every time you buy a pint, you're helping the football club, not, you know.
The media director's pretty decent as well, to be fair.
Hey, yeah, I'm paying to say that. Anyway, this game is in the dying embers, and Bath City, have they got one last chance here? A penalty from Sam Deadfield could be the deciding factor in this game, and it was a great penalty from Sam Deadfield. And let's not forget, he missed a couple in pre-season. Ryan Gondo's through now in the centre of midfield, but he's going to run right into the corner, I think, and he does well. That's the he does well, I say.
Yeah, he does.
Just overrun it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, we're going to pen them in, and the Beavers are going to try and. It hit their defender. Sorry, well done.
Yeah, it's Hampton's throw.
Well done. I thought he'd just overrun it, but
yeah, no, it just clipped the defender.
Anyway, the Beavers look like they're going to be taking all 3 points here. Cole Brown, who's played extremely well. Huge credit to Cole Brown. And Ben Morton's going to grab Sam Cox. Grab Sam Cox and Gary McCann after this game, but hopefully they'll still be talking about 3 points for the Beavers. But they're still, and that's it. The whistle's blown. 3 points for the Beavers. An enthralling game of Vanarama National League South football has been decided by a penalty 5 minutes from time, and that is tough on Bath City because they played extremely well. It is tough on them, and it's going to be a long trip back to Bath, Somerset, Avon, whichever way you want to say it for them. But I tell you what. What a good game of football, Matt. I've got to throw it out to you there.
Yeah, no, very good game of football. Full credit to both sides. Excellent in the defensive part of the pitch in particular. I thought there were some very, very good individual performances, especially on the Bath side. I mean, interestingly, going to the Twitter poll, just very quickly.
And we're going to leave it open for 5
more
minutes.
We're going to leave it. Oh, should we say who's winning? Yeah.
No. Well, you can see, can't you?
Yeah. Let's say. Oh, everyone can see. Of course they can. Frankie Arsus just pipping it from Rue Donaldson and Grant Horton. I mean, there were some very, very good performances out there, and I think credit to Bath. I feel Bath will be feeling slightly hard done by. I think
they will be disappointed, won't they? Of course. Yeah. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go for a quick ad break, and it's going to be for our Beaver box, and it's a very important cause for us this Christmas. So please watch this, and then after you come back, we're going to interview Gary McCann and hopefully Sam Cox. But thanks very much for everyone who's listening. If you want to stay for that, we'll see you in a minute. Anyway, take it away with the advert of the Christmas Beaver Box campaign. Right, well, welcome back, and thanks very much. That's a Christmas Beaver Box campaign. We are going to speak to Gary McCann and hopefully Sam Cox, and if not. But Gary McCann is out in the centre of the park now, isn't he, Matt? Obviously, congratulating his players, I think, for an extremely hard-fought 3 points, because every player on the pitch had to battle for that today, didn't they? And I think it was great to see, particularly after the performance on Tuesday, but also that is what we're going to need to do if Hampton and Richmond Borough are going to be in the higher echelons of this division.
Absolutely right. I mean, it wasn't a perfect performance, I think it's fair to say. but we've done exactly what was required on the tin. Yeah, you like that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
We've some excellent. I mean, Cole Brown and Sam Cox.
Absolutely.
We shouldn't lose sight of the fact that these guys haven't played much football this season. I know we said it on the comps, but both of them had excellent games. Rue Donaldson, fantastic on the left wing. I thought Gondo played brilliantly
When he came on,
when
yeah.
on.
He really showed.
Alan Julian between the sticks. Credit to Miles Anderson again, Seb, for me. He's come into the team in a desperate need for centre halves, given our injury situation in that position, and I don't think he put a foot wrong today. So ultimately, for me, it was a good performance. I mean, Gary would have wanted a reaction from and there's claps out there now. The guys are happy, but the reaction was there, and if you're Gary McCann, you're going to be very, very happy with with that.
Well, because I'll be honest, I thought it was going to a 0-0. I'll be honest with you, Matt. And do you know what? And I wouldn't have begrudged either team. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to pass on the mic for the post-match interviews. The camera's on me. At least you're looking at the mic, not my bald spot. It's probably just that.
You can see it.
I think fair play to both teams, and I think that both teams really went for it, didn't they? They didn't hold back, and even towards
they didn't. They didn't. It was a game. I'd love to know the stats on opportunities, because there was a fair. If you think about how many saves the goalkeepers made or last-ditch tackles the defenders made, it was a game full of opportunities.
Before I forget, Alan Julian saved to keep it 0-0. What a save that is, by the way.
What a save!
And we'll speak to him after the game. Ben, we'll get Ben,
yeah,
our roving reporter Ben, on the case there after the game on that. Please follow our Twitter and stuff for all the post-match reaction. But we will try and bring you Gary McCann in a minute. I'll have to do, I'll ask the questions, but Ben will be recording it for our social media, so you could,
yeah, absolutely. Here we go. You might.
There's some celebrations going on here.
The morale, and this is what.
Well, we've seen it a lot, haven't we?
The camp. Yeah, this is a happy camp.
So,
and this is what you call live footage here, because we are going to now frantically wave our hands.
Ben's going to definitely wave his hands. Ben's going to wave his hands.
We're going to.
If Ben has to, he's going to jump over the fence.
Ben's going to jump over the fence. We're going
Ben's in front of us. Anyway, look, we can. Yeah, that's it, Archie. Show the players there. Look, there they are. They're coming out of their huddle. They've all. Gary McCann's going to come over here in a minute. Gary, he's. Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. Gary, obviously.
Here he comes.
Last time, Gary.
A very happy manager, I think it's fair to say.
I think it's fair to say, and let's not forget. He had to. Let's just say after the last performance, Gary had to go into the dressing room to.
Yeah, there was a swift exit from the pitch last time round, but it's good to see that he hasn't forgot us today.
Yeah, and Gary is holding. We've got two mics there, because Gary is holding the one for our Twitter feed as well. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, of course not.
Gary, if you wanted to look at the camera, Gary, we're there. You go. You're on it. You're on it.
No, to be fair, and we did say on the commentary at the time that we knew that Gary. Gary always talks to us and always talks to us before and post game. But Gary, very quickly, you must be happy.
Yeah, I am. I thought we were the better side first half, Seb. I think should have gone in a goal or two to the good. We had 2 or 3 really good chances for me. Thought we had a lot of good passages of play that were undone by a bobble or a bounce or a last-ditch tackle, and I felt we deserved to be in front. But second half we've had to show another side to our game. I think they got better. We did speak about that at half time, that we felt they'd get better, and they asked some questions of us, and we've had 2 or 3 really good last-ditch challenges. A couple of times we had overloads and 1v1s and 2v2s and defended them brilliantly, and also I've just said over there in the group, it's it's a big save by Jules as well at 0-0, massive save,
Matt.
That keeps the score at 0. And I said in the change room, with the players that we've got at our disposal on the bench and the offensive players we've got, if we keep it at 0, we've always got a chance. We're not as free scoring as I'd like us to be, and we're not maybe as efficient as I'd like us to be, but it's tough at the moment. It's tough for all. I think most are suffering in the final third, so overly pleased with the win. It's a really hard fought 1-0 win.
Yeah, and talking about hard fought, I know beforehand you mentioned that you probably didn't want to get, Cole Brown and Sam Cox probably weren't going to play the full 90 minutes, but both of them had to, fantastic, weren't they?
Credit to both of them, Seb. They were the 2 changes that we had on the bench to make if needed. Nico threw that into disarray a little with the hamstring injury. We're hoping that's not too bad, but we were regularly checking to see where they was at fatigue-wise, and and injury-wise as well, because they're both coming back from injuries.
Yeah.
So, you know, for the performance that they put in today, you know, being their first start back, you know, I'm overly pleased with both of them.
Yeah, and also we were impressed with David Fisher up front as well, keeping the ball alive up there, up top. I know
he's very proactive, Seb. I think, you know, that's the word I would use for him. He's always on the front foot. He's always looking and always, you know, looking to pick up the bits and pieces and keep things, you know, keep defenders occupied, but also, like you've just said, keep balls alive. And I thought his work rate was catalyst to, you know, some of our work. He's tenacious with it as well. We haven't seen his full forte in terms of his finishing, because he's got that in his makeup as well. So, you know, I was pleased with him. Pleased with the contribution of the subs as well, because all of them played their part, Seb. So it's very much about the squad. It always is. And, you know, as I've just said, that's a team that we've played against today that I know will get better. They are one of the better sides in the division. They're managed, you know, really well by a man that I respect in Jerry Gill, and, you know, that's a really, as I say, important win.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously the referee just thought it was a penalty. You're happy that, you know, there wasn't many complaints from Bath City, which made me. And Gondo would threaten that a couple of times, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and I think their bench told its own story. They looked to point the finger at the challenge, the dangled leg. I always say, when you get yourself squared up against players that are quick and direct, you don't dangle a leg out, because they're normally going to skip past you, and if there's a leg out there, they're going to go over it. And I don't think there was anyone in the ground that didn't think it wasn't a penalty. And really pleased with Sam Deadfield throwing it in the bottom corner for us as well.
Yeah, because he was close, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, Gary, obviously that's four. You know, let's obviously we've turned the page. You wanted a reaction from the players after Tuesday performance. That page has been turned now. 4 wins out of 5. That you're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
But as you said, there's still things that we could do better.
There's still things to work, and there's always something to improve, Seb. You know, I could have said that last year when we was on our fantastic run. There's always stuff to improve. There's always, you know, bits to work on, and we know offensively we've got some work to do. But if you're at training on a Thursday night, last 2 or 3 Thursdays, everything has been patterns and combinations and planting little pictures in there, you know, in the players' heads, working on technique, working on different bits. But, you know, the problem we have, we train on a 3G on a Thursday night. The surface is clear, clean and true, and you get yourself on a grass pitch and it's maybe not as true. So, you know, we do get undone a little on that. But, you know, it's 12 from 15. We did speak about that before the game. I think that's our 7th clean sheet of the season as well, Seb. So that in itself is a base to build from. A lot of credit needs to go to the goalkeeper and the defensive unit. And most will look at the back 4, but if you look at the press and the work rate that we put in, it's from the front end of the pitch our defensive, you know, qualities start from. It's a team effort, and it does start from, as I say, the front third.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks very much, Gary. That's really appreciated. And just the fans will be looking down that camera. Yeah, if you want us to say thanks very much or whatever you want.
Thanks for supporting us from afar, people. We're missing you. I know I've said it a couple of times on camera. We are truly missing you, and we can't wait to have you back in the Bev. But I hope you're enjoying it from afar.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks very much. And we're going to speak to Sam Cox now. He's got some breath left, hopefully, after that.
He'll love this.
Yeah.
He'll love
all over it. All over it.
So Sam, you hold that as well, because we're going to put this on Twitter as well. But yeah, this is going out, Sam, to a couple of hundred people. So yeah, Sam, if you look at me, but the camera is obviously coming down. But Sam, have you got any breath left after 90? Were you expecting to play 90 minutes? That's
No, not at all, Seb. Before the game, we spoke about obviously my fitness levels being out for the last 9.5, nearly 10 weeks, only having trained once with the first team boys. So we always knew it was going to be a task, and I was down to do 60 max. Obviously, unfortunate with Nico and the other boys, Dean Inman. I had to graft through, and the boys were brilliant out there. I mean, to come into a side like that where, you know, each to a man, everyone was looking after one another, saved my legs, to be honest. So yeah, it was a good game to come into. I thought the boys defensively were superb. Big credit to the 2 centre halves, Coley, who's obviously not been featured in our squad for a long time now, so big credit to him. Kyron, I thought, was excellent. And of course, when you got quality like Sam Deadfield and the likes of Ryan Wilson coming on, you know, it's really good for the side. And big credit to young David as well, who I thought ran his socks off.
He did, didn't he? Yeah.
Each to a man, I thought we were fantastic.
Yeah, it was a real hard-fought performance. We played well in the first half and had more chances in the first half than second. But yeah, again, as just as a captain and leader, you were the captain today and leader. But there's obviously a lot of captains in that team. But there really is a togetherness here. You've seen it obviously off the pitch, but when you're on the pitch, it translates on the pitch, doesn't it?
Oh, 1,000%. And again, I know I've been out for so long, but I've been in there amongst the change room, even in the physio room. Everybody's together. We all want to do well. We all got a target and what we want to achieve this season. And for me, over the last 3 seasons being here, I've seen a gradual progression every year. And performances may not have been where they're required over the last couple of weeks, but we have, you look at the points return, we've done okay. And I think it's still a relatively new squad with personnel still coming in and adapting to this level. I think we're only going to progress and get better and better as each week goes on. But like you say, the team camaraderie and the spirit in the change room is second to none.
Yeah, and just talking about progressing and moving on, yeah, I mean, that 12 points out of 15 is a very good return, given, a bit of a slower start than we would have expected. But there is elements of, you coming back. You've got Charlie. We spoke to Charlie Wassemer at half-time. They're good players to come back as well. So as long as we can keep those, obviously we'll have to see what happens with Dean Inman and Nico Muir. But and again, we can be much better in front of goal, can't we? Let's be. I mean, Gary said it.
Of course, we haven't been firing, and we recognise that as a collective. We know we've got to be better in the final third, and that's not just the forward boys. That's everyone across the board. We've got to be better, and today we won ugly, but we might not get away with that every week. So we know we've got to do work on that. But like you say, the personnel which are on their return. Again, big credit to Tyrone Miller-Rodney, who's done such a fantastic job. As a number 4, the position that I played today, he's been different gear in that position. So, we'll welcome him back along with the other boys, and we just keep working on a training pitch, and we try and fix the things that we think we can get better at, and we'll go from there.
Last question, Sam. Obviously, yeah, you played 90 minutes today. It was a great performance, and did you just love being back out there?
100%, 100%. And I spoke to the gaffer before the game. I said, "You skip a gaffer," and I was buzzing to wear the armband again and represent these boys is what I love doing most. Football's my life, and I'm at home at Hampton Richmond, so yeah, on and upwards, up the Beavers.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Sam, and well played today. Thank you. Right, Archie, if you just want to come back to us very quickly, and then we'll just wrap up now. So yeah, Matt, wasn't it great to hear from obviously Gary. It's always great to talk to Gary afterwards, and he does always talk to us. We only met him, a bit of banter there before about not.
He's a great talker as well.
He's
so good at engaging with the fans. For me,
yeah.
Cheers, Sam.
Exactly, and also great to hear from Sam and Gary. I think the overriding message for me is 12 points out of 15. We've got rid of that performance. We've got that monkey off our back, which Gary mentioned as well. Yeah. And we can improve and we can keep getting better. That's a good thing. And look, where are we in the table?
We're up to 8th.
We're 8th
place,
and we've got a game in hand on the 2 teams above us, and
we're both on 15 points.
And that's Maidstone and East.
Maidstone and Ebbsfleet. And
those are 2 teams that you would have thought being up there at the end of the season. But
yeah.
Matt, I think the season is starting to take shape. We had a little bit of a stumble in the week, but what a great thing to get back. And thank you very, very much for listening, and thank you very much for everyone that's been part of this today. You all know who you are. But Archie, thank you very much. And
thanks, everybody.
hrbfc.live, donate if you want, but thank you very much. And yeah, the Beavers got 3 points today. Up the Beavers.